Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel for the Bravo Breakdown with Joleen, stand-up comedian and Bravo superfan. Joleen Lunzer here to break down some Bravo news. Today, we're going to be talking about that Raquel and Kempire's live right now. Probably a bad time to pick to go live since Kempire's awesome and has 1 million more subscribers than me. But you never know. Shout out to Kempire. Maybe some people will still join. Getting used to this whole new full-time content creation thing. But yeah, probably not the best time to pick to go live when one of the most popular Bravo YouTubers is live. But share the love. Open us each up on a tab, if you will. So we're going to talk about the Raquel Bethany Frankel interview. All right. And part 2 is dropped. Part 3 is dropped. I'm like, Bethany Frankel, can you give us creators a second to breathe? Can you give us like a minute? Can you space these out a little bit? So we did talk about part 1. We had about 20 minutes left on part 1 to discuss. So we're going to get right back into that. And then we'll go right into part 2. And then hopefully we'll do a part 3 tomorrow. Thank you, Jamie B. Yes, hit that like. Kath. Oh, you're so sweet. You're the best. There's no other Joleen. Well, I mean, if there was, it'd be a very scary world if there were 2 of me. All right. Thank you so much, you guys. Sorry I did not come and do a live yesterday. But we welcomed a new little addition to our family, a rescue dog, and we named him Teddy. So if you want to check out some pics of Teddy, it's on my community tab and a brief history about him, but we're very excited to have Teddy. He's actually right on the ground right here, sleeping in my office while I do this. So yeah, we're really, really excited. So yesterday it was just all about getting Teddy comfortable, getting Teddy settled. And I will say, Teddy he's pretty comfortable. He is like, I wish I could show you, but he's real comfortable. He's just like, yeah, he had his first puppuccino today. We gave him a bath yesterday. He's got toys, he's got treats, he's got food. I've walked more than I've walked in a very long time. So very, very fun. Welcome Teddy Yosemite Lunzer Hernandez to the family. But now I told Teddy, Mama's got to work, okay? Because Mama's got to pay for that kibble. Mama got to pay for the food that Teddy like. Mama got to pay for the treat that Teddy like. Mama got to pay for the bed that Teddy like. All right. So before we get started, make sure you smash that like. Make sure you hit the subscribe. Welcome to all the new subscribers, you guys. We cover Bravo content here. I'm a comedian. If you're new to the channel, we take a comedic look at pop culture, Big Brother, our favorite television shows, so many things. And we'll probably have some Teddy content coming soon, but most likely it'll end up on my vlog channel. So if my mods don't mind dropping that, that would be amazing. But hitting the like really, really, really helps within the algorithm. And you guys, my last video, you got me up to, I think, almost 30,000 views on my first Raquel. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate you beyond belief. It's scary becoming a full-time content creator and you don't know if someone's going to actually watch your stuff. But you guys showed up and showed out, and I appreciate it. If you want to support the channel further than liking and subscribing, feel free to send a super chat while we're live. You can check out my Patreon, YouTube membership, all the stuff, all the stuff. All right. Now we're going to do it like we did for most of part 1 is I am going to provide fair use commentary on Bethany Frankel's podcast, and, you know, by playing some of it. But again, I believe just like last time, there is a link in the description if you want to. And go listen for yourself. So I provided that there, but I am going to just kind of play it here on my phone. We're going to stop a lot. We're going to have some fun with it. We're going to roast it. We're going to recap it the way we do. You might not all agree with my opinion. Okay. And you shouldn't, because everyone has their own opinions. But that doesn't mean that you can't put your opinions in the chat and we can't all still be friends here on these crazy, crazy YouTube streets. But Bethany, I mean, can we take a breath? I was like, part 3's out already. I mean, girl, I haven't even digested all of part 1 of what these chicks are saying. I don't. Ugh. All right, so let's have some fun. Let's find some jokes and also a little bit of insight. Beth G, thank you so much for this first super chat of the live. I appreciate you so much. She says, "You're killing it, Jolene." Well, I hope so. But since you said it, I believe you. Okay. So let's. Oh my God, these ads. And maybe we'll do some more little sporadic ads that we did last time. If you missed it, last stream, I was doing, you know how podcasts always have those like live read ads, or, you know, they're like, hey guys, have you tried tummy tea? Do you feel bloated, fat, and stupid? So do I. Well, content creator Joleen Lunzer here to tell you you are. So drink some tummy tea, bitch. So that's the kind of, you know, we might do a little of that because, all right, let's get to the place we were before we, all right. Oh my God. Get NFL Red Zone. Yeah. Gia, Gia. All right. We're just waiting to get through these ads because, I mean, can we just, first things first, we're talking about the exploitation. Okay, we're going to get real candid. I'm not holding back. I'm not trying to be on Bravo. If they want to put me on, go ahead. Hi, Watch What Happens Live. Welcome. But I'm not friends, really. I mean, I've met quite a few of the Vanderpump people. Some of them I really enjoyed. Some of them I don't care. And so I don't really have loyalty to anybody. So I can just speak freely, which is, you know, very freeing if you've ever been able to speak freely before. And so we're going to really get into it, but the exploitation factor. So Bethany Frankel is talking about, you know, her reality reckoning, which is representation for reality stars, which I full-heartedly believe that reality TV stars, anyone that is a performer, a creative, something like that, you do need representation. Unions are very important. If these, you know, these corporations, these businesses, these streaming services, these networks, if they can take advantage, unfortunately, we've seen it, they will. You know, people, money corrupts, and the more money they can get, the better for them. So it is important to have representation. And as we see with, like, I'm just going to pop open my little beverage, grab a beverage for yourself because this is going to be a long one. We're going to get really into it. Oh my God, I have a straw that barely fits into it because all my straws are in the dishwasher. Oh my, we're just going to drink straight from the can. We're just really going for it here. Okay. So obviously all those things, very important. Thank you, Tammy. Congratulations. Loving all the adulting things, right? A new home, a dog, and get displaced from my job. Let's hashtag adulting. But if we're talking about the exploitation and, you know, representation, all that, and how these reality stars are exploited, I would like Bethany Frankel, and maybe she's been transparent about this, but I would like her to maybe be transparent about, was Rachel Raquel paid for this interview? Now, I know journalistically, normally you're not paid for interviews like this, you know, especially if it's like hard-hitting journalism. I don't know if Bethany Frankel is considered hard-hitting journalism. I'm sure she would consider herself hard-hitting journalism. And, you know, there's a lot of people that dislike Bethany Frankel. I actually don't dislike her. In my Mount Rushmore of housewives, she would be in it, as would Nene, as would a lot of people that I think the Bravo community is kind of over. But I look at it as what they did for the show and when they were on the show and the amount of, like, you know, their impact on pop culture, their impact on Bravo culture, their impact on the memes of the world. I look at it like that. So Bethany, I thought, was an all-star housewife. I mean, some of the things she's done and said outside of that, you know, not my fave. But if you are going to talk about exploitation of a reality star, you are putting a lot of ads on this, Bethany. You're making a lot of money off this podcast. So wouldn't you be considered to be someone who is exploiting Rachel Raquel's trauma? You would probably say, well, I'm giving her a voice. Well, technically so did Bravo. And technically your podcast can be edited. And technically your questions can be leading, which leads to self-edits. And technically Rachel Raquel isn't the brightest bulb. And we've seen that. You know, no shade, all shade. So she doesn't even understand what we saw in most of part one. Is she didn't even understand all of your questions, you know. Tammy, thank you again. Marcy saying Bethany was all on IG replying saying Rachel Raquel did not get paid. Well, I don't know. I mean, I do know that, you know, Bethany has put her money to some great causes and Be Strong and all that stuff, but people are going to question that. People are going to look at, the amount of money, the amount of ads that you put on this podcast. And they're going to think, well, if she's talking about how Bravo and Andy Cohen and all these things are exploiting, and how reality stars are exploited, and I 100% agree with that, they might be questioning you and what you're benefiting from and what you're getting off this interview. And again, I really think Bethany Frankel was the wrong person to do this interview. She's not a Vanderpump fan. She does not know the backstory. And she has vested interest in making this interview go a certain way, in creating a narrative to fit her reality reckoning. So, and she wants this Rachel Raquel thing to be like, we talked about this in part 1. She really wants it to be, these producers made you do it. They corrupted you. That's what they do. And we know, we're not dumb. We realize that producers and production, I watch Big Brother as well, and production gets heavily involved. And it's frustrating at times because with Big Brother, it's the only reality show where you can watch these house guests 24/7 on live feeds. There's like 100 or more cameras within the house. They only give us 4 cameras, 2 views, and then they decide, what you get to see. And ultimately, a lot of times what we found as Big Brother fans is we don't see the things that we see on the live feeds end up in the episodes, and they create their own narratives and they overproduce things. And oftentimes they don't talk about serious social issues that occur within the house, whether it be any kind of bigotry, misogyny, things like that, to save their own asses. And that sucks. So I understand that production does stuff like this. I think most of us in America, reality TV isn't a new novel concept. We've been, watching reality TV for a long time now. So we understand that. And we do think the reality TV stars need representation and they deserve to have fair contracts. And if their image is going to be replayed and used all these years, someone's making money. Well, they should get a cut of it as well. They should get a fair cut. There should be some kind of residuals and things like that. They are putting a lot out there for entertainment and most importantly, for these streaming services and networks to make a lot of money. And without them, there wouldn't necessarily be the shows. Maximum says everyone should be in unionized jobs, but reality TV stars making insane amounts of money to be messy only to be like, woe is me. I didn't know I'd get a bad edit is priceless. It is priceless because they always say the bad edit things. And sometimes you just do bad shit. So again, Bethany Frankel's trying to fit Rachel Raquel's situation into her narrative, but it doesn't fit because Rachel Raquel and Tom Sandybutt decided to have a full-on affair when they weren't filming. Now, have I noticed that Rachel Raquel is a lot more calculated than I knew or than I thought she would be before from this interview? Yes. Has she made some very strange comments about the other Vanderpump stars I've looked up to them and I've seen their cheating. And so almost like she was trying to make excuses for her own bad behavior and saying, well, they set the precedent. So I just thought that's what everybody does. Well, no, because you came into this as a 20-something, you're 28 years old now, I think almost 29. And so right from wrong, you understand those concepts and you understand that, what you did was wrong. But you saying, no, I thought that was okay to do because Lala is a whore. So I thought if Lala is a whore, then I can be a whore. Well, no. First of all, no slut shaming, but just jokes, people. But still, it's okay. And this production didn't sit Tom Sandybutt and Rachel Raquel down and say, hey, you got to bang, and you got to bang now. You got to bang behind Ariana's back, and you got to bang when her grandma dies, and then you got to bang when her dog dies, and you got to bang in her house when she's mourning her grandma, and you got to bang in her driveway when she's mourning her dog. Okay, that's just how. Otherwise, you're fired, bitch. You're fired. That's not what they did. They didn't do that. Now, if down the road we find out they did do that, well, okay. But as far as I know, and even what Rachel Raquel has told us, no one sat her down. And again, we have to listen to part 2 and 3, and you guys might be way ahead of me, but I haven't listened. I'm going to react to it right with you. as I'm listening to it. So as far as I know, they didn't do that. I doubt they would be like, okay, like they would know that Ariana's grandma's going to die. Well, I think, her grandma's getting up there. So you better get ready. Okay. And the dog, yeah, the dog too. No, no, no. You chose to make these horrible decisions. You have to now accept responsibility. There are consequences for your actions, unless you're Tom Sandy, but then there appears to be none. There appears to be none. Again, thank you, patriarchy. Rachel Raquel has gotten a far worse road to walk since this cheating scandal. He has been just as blatantly doesn't give a F, victim blaming Ariana, piece of shit. And yet there he is filming in tight tank tops, dressed like one of the vampires on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And you're like, acting like it's 1997 in his head. Wearing a pearl necklace, which someone pointed out in my comments. Thank you guys so much. Saying that weird guy, I'm sorry, from Summer House, Winter House, what's his name? He's got like all the teeth and he's dating that new blonde girl. Clearly, I'm really learning their names. He wears a pearl necklace too. And I'm sorry, he creeps me out. That's just my opinion. Someone will put in the chat what his name is, but I don't remember. Okay. Thank you, Maxine. All right, let's get into it, guys. Let's get into it. So again, Auntie Jolene's going to tell you, never trust a man who wears a pearl necklace. Never trust him to date. If he wants to be your BFF, okay. But if you're dating him, marrying him, not Luke, not Shep, the new one who's friends with oh my God, you guys, I have to pull it up now because now I'm saying this and I don't want to make you guys have to do the work. Okay, let's see. Summer House douchebag with pearl necklace. That's got to bring some results up. Sam. His name's Sam? Is it Sam? I think it's Sam. It's Sam, right? Let me look up Sam. No, Sam's the girl. He's dating Sam the girl. Sam's boyfriend, Summer House, Corey. Okay, I'm just going to pull up a picture. Corey, Summer House, in case you guys are like, who is it? Pearl necklace. I just don't get it. They're all like, he's so hot. And I'm like, a huda, uh-huh, and a whata, and a huh, and a no, and a uh-uh. No. Uh-huh, uh-uh. He's clearly an F-boy, right? Like that's, like apparently, I don't even know if they're still dating, but like right when he came on the show, I was like, nah. But maybe it's because I'm 43. Maybe it's because I'm 100 years old. And, I've lived a life. I've seen some shit, okay? I've been to war. I know what's up. Not real war, just the war of men. Okay, here we go. Let me pull this shit up. I mean, we're not co-signing this, right? We're not saying, oh yeah, hey guy. And I get, like, I think his backstory is, I didn't always get the girls. Then I started doing arm day and leg day. And then I got the girls. But again, it's one of those situations where, oh, somebody likes me. Oh, okay. Well, then I'm going to play hard to get. I'm going to pretend that I don't really like you. I'm going to say mean things to you. Like it's that like negative attention. They call it negging, I think. He's a guy like that. Like he went to one of those YouTube classes of one of those douchebag dudes. It's like, you got to put her down. You got to tell her she's stupid and annoying and not call her back. And then she'll love you. You can't be too nice to women. You know how women get. You get too nice to them. Then they get comfortable. And nobody likes a comfortable bitch. And you're like, okay. There's always those kind of men that teach those workshops and they're just like miserable and they drink too much Red Bull and then they leave the earth. Okay, so here's him again with the hat and the. No. I mean, I'm all for expressing yourself in different styles, and I have my own weird style. But this pearl necklace thing, Tom Sandoval wears it. He wears it. A guy I know in real life who's not that great wears it, and someone named one other person in the chat, and I don't remember. He was a mess. Thank you. Yeah, the first season. I mean, he was okay. No, I don't enjoy him. I don't enjoy him. But that's okay. We can all, again, it's not my word isn't the word of the Lord. It's just the word of Joleen. So I love all of you. All right, let's put this at 1.25 speed and see where we're at. Oh my God, seriously. Okay, here we go.
So how much do you think their relationship is real, Tom and Ariana?
Honestly, I don't know. I know. I would not be involved in this affair secrecy type of situation if I thought that there was longevity in this relationship between Tom and Ariana. The people closest to them could see that their relationship hasn't been what they portray on camera. And Tom always told me, like, they're a brand, they're an image. They work together to make brand deals.
We got to start like this, Rachel. I mean, I got to stay calm because my pup, I don't want him to be like, what? Why is mom? She's been so nice for the past 24 hours and now she's really not too kind. But really, Rachel Raquel?
Thanks a lot, Rachel. Thanks a lot.
First of all, whatever Tom tells you is a lie. He alienated you from all of your friends. He's now dating other people, still wearing shitty nail polish, dressing like a 1997 extra from a crappy TV show that got canceled after the first season. I mean, we're believing him, the guy that he has, again, vested interest. He wants to get inside of the baby door. So he's going to say whatever he's got to say. Even if their relationship is the shittiest piece of shit that ever shit, they're in a relationship. They own a home. They portray themselves as a couple. That means no dicky for you. You keep away from the relationship dicky. No dicky. No dicky. I'm probably going to get demonetized, but no dicky. No penis, no dicky, no handy, no mouthy. You shouldn't be. This is the thing. I know these kids, and I say kids, but Tom Sandoval is like, he could be my dad. I mean, my dad's not an asshole, but he could be my dad because he's so old. I mean, I really think he's my dad's age. Honestly, I'm not. I don't know. He receives like all the AARP and he loves it. Okay. He sleeps on a bed of AARP medicine magazines and medicine and Metamucil. Okay. So I can't with you, Rachel. I can't let you get away with this. Even if their relationship is a facade and a fraud, they're in a relationship and she's your friend. You can say she's not your friend, but she's your friend. She's your friend. You just got done saying earlier, and if you guys missed it, you can check out the episode I did about part 1 a couple days ago, even though we're finishing up part 1 right now, not to confuse you. Even though, you just said she was kind, she was nice, she helped me out, she had my back. That's a friend. I don't know what you think a friend is, but you're not a friend. And you should, like I was saying, I know these kids, they want to be cool and progressive. And, even though Tom Sandoval is very, very old, he's so old. And not to age shame, but he's so old. He should know better. That's what I'm saying. And he pretends he's not that old. Okay. And I know they want to be like, no, I trust my man in the same bed with another woman. She's my friend. Don't put your girlfriend, boyfriend, anyone you are having sex with that you just want to have sex with you in a bed with someone else that could possibly have sex with them. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Don't be that trusting. Don't do it. Have boundaries. It's called boundaries. There's nothing wrong with it. Doesn't mean you're jealous. Doesn't mean you're a freak. It's just like, hey, guess what? If you're my girlfriend and you're a good friend to me, you're not going to lay in the bed with my boyfriend or my husband. You're just not going to. And I won't lay in bed with yours. Oh my God, what a novel idea. Let's not lay in bed with each other's spouses or significant others. Let's have clear and set boundaries where no, if you end up in my husband's pants, I'm going to end up in your face. I'm going to end up maybe on an episode of Cops. Maybe. Okay. Especially 2007, Joleen, in the midst of my alcoholism. For sure. But the fact they're like, I trust her with everything. Don't trust anyone with everything. Don't trust you with everything. Don't trust everyone with everything. And that's just coming from Auntie Joleen, who has lived a life. All right. I think women, once we get over 35 and then over 40 and then, over 50, I can't speak for, but I imagine we know so much. We're so smart. I know that people want to, it's not, they say, no, women, there's not that whole stereotype like men have. They get these great stereotypes like men get better with age, and women, they're like, ew, gross, ew. But women really get better with age because you know more, you're more confident in yourself, you're living the life, you've seen some stuff. You're like, you're not lying to me, sir. I have seen this play out before, pearl necklace. No, 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 no. You don't go in relationships over 40 and go, oh, baby, your band is so good. Tom Sandy Button, the most extras, that is a good band. No, over 40, you're like, sir, this sucks. Is it making any money? I don't think so. Are you selling out? Mm-mm. Unless you're bringing in a lot of money, we're going to quit that now, okay? Because it's embarrassing for me. I love you. You can, play the flute, play the dick flute, play your little songs in a basement, like any respectable person who is tone deaf should do. But other than that, no. I mean, we're older now, okay? I can't have you out here embarrassing me and shaming my legacy on this earth. I can't lie to you. It's not good. It's not good. It's good for crappy karaoke when we're with our friends and we rent like a room and no one can hear but our friends, and it's too late because we've trapped them in the room and there might be a lock on the door and they can't leave. It's good. But to put it out there for public consumption is not good. And I'm not going to go, go, Tom, you're so good. I'm going to go, no, Tom, it's not good. You got to find what you're good at. Don't jump on my book deals and don't singy no songies because you got no voicey. All right? You can't do it. You can't do it. And we're not going to do it. So that's just, if there's young women watching, it just, believe me, as you get older, it'll get better. Sure, your boobs sweat more and they might hang a little lower, but there's surgery if you need to, or just who cares at this point, but you'll know so much more and you will never let a man like that, no shame on Ariana, but I mean, Ariana hasn't hit the 40-year-old mark yet, but you would never sit at a concert and be like, you're doing great, baby. I mean, that's how much she loved this man. She was like, he's doing great, isn't he? And Ariana's so smart. She's like, this music sucks. It sucks so bad. It's the suckiest piece of suck that ever sucked. Oh my God. So, no. And Ariana, looking back, I'm sure she's like, I'm never going to trust a man implicitly like that again. You always got to have a little bit of a critical, like, what's going on over there? Because they'll lie to you, trick you, and invite you to their concert. Okay. And if you young women, I know it's hard. I've been through this. The first time you meet a guy, he pulls out a guitar. And he's not already in like an established band. And if he is an established band and his name is Adam Levine, run too. But run. Okay. Unless it's like Harry Styles, no guy when they first meet you should subject you to the guitar. That's a crime. You didn't consent and you don't deserve that. You deserve better. Okay. So run. And if it is an established singer like John Mayer or Adam Levine, run as well. Just believe me. Just believe me. I know it's hard. You can't tell on the Instagram DMs, but just believe me. Believe me, young, beautiful women. All right, let's keep going. I can't even with this excuse of hers.
And they are business partners.
Are they business partners? Literally, or just you mean in the show, being like a duo on the show?
They're a duo on the show, and they utilize that for the success of their brand or image.
Got it. And do they live together now still?
They do still live together.
You have to explain that to me. You don't know, but I don't understand. How does America know that?
Yes, America does know that.
Reason 1562 why Bethany should not be conducting this interview. Does America know that? Of course we know that, Bethany. Of course we know that. We're huge fans. What are you talking about? How could they hide that from us? What do you think this is? Like 2001? Do you think this is pre-MySpace? We know where everybody lives. We know who they live with. We know how long they live there. We know the inside of their homes. We know how much it's worth. It's called Zillow, bro. What is happening? What am I listening to? How is this getting worse? How is this getting worsers and the worsers? It's the worsers and the worsers. I'm just making up words now because it's so ridiculous. Okay. Also, on the point of Rachel Raquel and saying that, it was just for the show, whatever. Well, that's what people say about you and James. And they say that your mom and dad knew the whole time. This is what they're saying. Your mom and dad knew that this wasn't going to work, and that there might be some recording of your dad being like, after you got engaged, I'm paraphrasing here, but it's okay. You know, it's not going to last anyways. She's just doing this for now. This is your for now to move up the ranks of the show. So you're claiming to be so hurt, you know, with the breakup, but you weren't even with James half as long as Ariana. It seemed like you went, at least Tom and Ariana met in an organic way. They weren't famous yet. They first worked at Villa Blanca together and then went over to Sir. See, Bethany, if you knew about the show, you would know these things. And there was flirting happening. And I believe Sheena came over from Villa Blanca too, which is I think now it doesn't exist at all. One of Vanderpumps, you know, Villa Blanca was where you take your wife and Sir was where you take your mistress. So, I mean, Lisa Vanderpump knew what was going to happen at Sir. But, you know, so they met organically. I believe you were a fan and your sister took you to Sir. And James was already famous and on the show. I mean, famous, I'll use that loosely because James Kennedy wasn't like he was a household name. The Vanderpump Rules wasn't, you know, for James, he was, you know, not at the level that they're at now. But I mean, exactly. She's just completely unqualified for this interview. If it was just like, hey, I just want to get to know you. I just want to get to know the situation, learn about it. But no, it's this situation is exactly why I'm doing Reality Reckoning, because she has been taken advantage of. She has been exploited. And it just doesn't fit the narrative that Bethany wants it to. And I do kind of think, since this is a huge Scandoval, that the people who interview them shouldn't be Howie Mandel and Bethany Frankel, who know nothing about the show. It's very frustrating that those have been the first two interviews we've gotten from the two perpetrators in Scandoval.
And people are confused as to why they're still living together. I actually gave Tom the key to my apartment while I was away at the Meadows, and he had a free place to stay and chose to stay in the house with Ariana.
I mean, they both can afford a place or go rent a place.
Isn't that interesting? She's going to go lock herself up at the Meadows, you know, to get help. But her boyfriend, her new little boyfriend, Tom Sandybutt, who has 50% of the blame in this, is just going to keep living his life, keep doing his thing. And you can stay at my place for free. Who was paying for that? Were your parents paying for your rent at that time? Were you paying? Why would you let him stay there for free? Well, I would be like, you better get yourself into some therapy too. You better lock yourself up too. No, he was going to go out there and do whatever. Did you think that was going to keep him? Do you not know that he owned a whole nice home and you had a studio apartment in North Hollywood? You think he's going to go there? There's not enough Coors Light in that fridge to get him to leave that big ass house. No. What? Oh. No.
I don't know. I know that a lot of his money was wrapped up.
Also, tell me you don't feel bad without telling me you don't feel bad. After all of this broke and you knew the hurt you caused her, you were like, just stay in my place, baby. Because Lala lives in apartments too. And Lala is probably going to try to flirt with you. So you go to my apartment and you stay for free. And don't talk to Lala. Okay?
In the bar, Schwartz and Sandy's. And I know that Ariana's been doing a lot of brand deals. Yeah. I don't know.
Ooh, are you jealous?
That it really isn't that surprising that they're living together in my eyes, because it's been this way. They haven't been an authentic couple, romantic.
So it doesn't matter.
How dare you? How dare you be the mistress and then judge someone else's relationship and say they weren't an authentic couple? This is why people don't like you. This is why people aren't being forgiving of you. We wanted to root for you. I did. I was like, good, okay, maybe, because I felt like this has been very unfair with the whole patriarchal aspect of Tom just living his life, going on tour, and you got to go to the mental hospital. I wanted to root for you. I really did. But you say shit like this and you make excuses and you judge someone's relationship that you came into and fucked around in. And that's why women are like, no, because we know, and we've been, you know, we've experienced women like you before. We've experienced men like Tom Sandoval before. So we're like, no. And then you keep making it worse. How dare you say? And Ariana admitted to opening up to you as a friend would about her, you know, you know, sexual issues or whatever with Tom Sandoval. And you were like, well, I think like if you're in love, you should like want to have sex. Well, then that means you weren't in love with James Kennedy because you guys didn't have sex for like 2 years. Isn't that what you admitted on the reunion, like a year or two? So then how can you cry baby about your relationship with him and say you loved him and you were so heartbroken over him and that was a leading cause to this behavior? That would mean that you didn't really love him because you didn't give him enough sex. Also, someone like Tom Sandoval will never get enough sex. Nothing will ever be good enough for this man. He is going to keep treating women like sexual objects and then putting them down even when he gets t-shirt sex, which is the best sex you can possibly get. You obviously don't know. T-shirt sex, you know what t-shirt sex is? It's sex. Yeah, it's sex. Does the P still go in the V? Yeah. Or the P still go in the B? Yeah, it does. Still, it's sex, just with a t-shirt. And if you get really creative, you can turn it into little fun things and you can like hide and peekaboo, you know, lots of stuff you can do. Get creative. Oh God, this
So
woman.
they're roommates.
This
and
woman.
It's not as deep, and so the breakup isn't as deep either. And now seeing that she's doing millions of dollars of deals, so it takes 3 to tango in Scandoval. And how does it honestly feel seeing that she's doing all of these deals and is America's sweetheart and all these appearances and doing the talk show
She mad.
and things like that?
She's
Part
mad.
of me says good for you because take advantage of these opportunities while they come your way. But it is hurtful to me just to think that my nature is very kind and forgiving.
Stop. I'm sorry. I don't want to yell because my baby's sleeping, but stop. Stop. Your nature's not kind. It's not kind. It's not kind. You need a new nature. You need to work on that nature. You and Tom Sandoval, I wouldn't describe as kind. You have been cold. You have been heartless. You've been calculated. You've been all the things that Ariana said you were after this has happened. And now continuing. You continue to try to defame this woman and put down her relationship and put down her brand deals and you deserve more. And your nature has been kindness. I wanted to choose kindness. Well, why didn't you choose kindness when you had the chance to not touch her life partner's dick? Why didn't you choose kindness then? You could have chose kindness then. That's like if Tom Sandoval goes live and or does an interview and says, I consider myself a kind person. No, you should have showed kindness to the woman you were supposed to be loyal to the woman you're in a relationship with. And you should have shown enough kindness to say no to Rachel Raquel's baby door. You are jealous of her brand deals. She does deserve those brand deals. This woman, you guys, this woman. Why are you doing this? Why can you not take responsibility? Why are you still so competitive against a woman where you went into her life and she trusted you and she brought you in and she was kind to you? By your own admission, she was kind to you and thoughtful and looked out for you. And you just fudged everything up. You and Tom Sandy Butt. Oh my God.
And understanding of other people. So the concept of me being the ultimate reality TV villain just blows my mind. And
you are. You know why you're the ultimate reality TV victim or villain? You think victim is because it's unexpected. It's because we thought there was a chance that you were the good guy. It's because you've been lying the whole time. It's because you are duplicitous. And that makes you a reality TV villain because it was someone we wanted to cheer for. It was someone at first we didn't care about. We were like, oh God, what? Does she realize what's going on? I mean, her and James Kennedy's relationship looks kind of, girl, run. We wanted to root for you because it was clear James was doing some extramaritals on the side. Some extra sex that wasn't with you. And you were like, no, he's crying. And we're like, no, Rachel, run. You're better than this. And then you said, I'm going to go save the kids or something. I'm going to go, be a child therapist. I don't know. She's going to do something with children. And her dad took her away and we're like, yes, Dad, take her away. All right. Get her away from James. That's good. We love that for her. Go, Rachel, go. And then she came back and did what we were all like, what? I remember when Scandoval broke, I was like, no, what? Rachel Raquel and Tom Sandoval. That's someone's trolling. We didn't expect it. We were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. This season was set up to be like Rachel the butterfly. She is like her wings. She's spreading her wings. They were setting you up to be a star on the show, to be like fighting against the mean girls, who are coming after you. And you're just like this sensitive soul. And really, no, you were so duplicitous. And then you continue to be nice, nasty, and poke, and try to defame this woman who was kind to you and try to make it seem like she's some super calculated. I mean, we get people on reality TV, you know, everyone has their own things. I'm not saying Ariana is a saint. You know, I thought she was pretty great when I met her, but I've only met her, you know. I don't know her, but I mean, she seems pretty great. I'll be honest. But I mean, ma'am, stop. Ma'am, stop. You are the ultimate reality TV villain, because it's the evolution of villains on reality TV. It's the progression. Where it started, you had to be Richard Hatch from Survivor, and you had to be like blatantly just like, screw you, here's my wiener, I'm going to say this about you, give me the money, I'm not going to pay taxes, I'm in jail. There you go. But now we've evolved, and the new reality TV villain is someone you wanted to cheer for, is someone who had everything going for them, and they were setting you up. And not only are you a reality TV villain, but you're a real life villain with this behavior. And now, not to condemn someone for their whole life, because this is cheating. I mean, this is very serious. I mean, cheating with a very close friend, the lies, we know all the details. The details of this make this really gross, and not just your average cheating scandal. However, I think there is still time for you to change, to be better, and to, you know, make amends, but not with this behavior. No. You continue to prove to us that this might not be in the cards for you. You might have to wait till you're my age, 43, and look back and go, oh God, ooh, you know, so let's keep going.
The way that she spoke to me at the reunion, I feel like
I felt great about it.
It was uncalled for. It was too far. Yeah.
What? Yeah. What? You called Lala a mistress whore. You hate her. You took every chance you could to be nice, nasty as well, because she cheated with your dude. And you know what? I don't even hate you for it. I'm not even mad at you for it, because she had sex with your dude. Yeah. Okay. You don't like her. That's okay. You don't gotta like her. I don't think Ariana did enough. And we have to remember too, because there's going to be people and they're going to try to do revisionist Vanderpump history. And as time goes by, they're going to be like, that was a lot. That was too much. No. This is coming. You have to remember, Ariana was weeks after finding out that her whole world was turned upside down by her cheating man and her cheating friend, someone she welcomed into her home. And every day more and more details were coming out that were just the worst. And it was like worse, and then even worse the next day, and then worse the following day. And the amount of deception and lies, it was just too much. And she was reacting like any human being would who is upset. I mean, some people, I know people, do react differently, and some people might hold it in, but she was getting it out there. And that's her job on this reality television show at the reunion, to express herself. The wounds were so fresh, they were still bleeding. So stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it, ma'am.
The thing is, I think, and we're going to get into the reunion, because that's where I really became invested in this as a concept. And I'm
as a concept.
Speechless about the reunion. But what I wanted to ask you was, is it more don't hate the player, hate the game? Like, you don't blame all of the warriors like yourself who are there to get ratings and to kill people or be killed and to cheat and to drink and to have affair.
The downplaying of this, all the warriors that are out there. You just want to stay on the show. You just want to cheat and drink and, just be cruel. You just want to be blatantly cruel. Okay, cool.
And think it's real and normal because that's this landscape, but you blame the game. Mm-hmm. Is that how you feel? I feel like I just got caught up in something that is way too big for me to handle, and I'm just trying to survive. So I don't know who people should hate. That's up to their discretion. But I didn't mean literally. I meant like right. But I think like being knowledgeable.
She didn't understand that. She does not understand. Don't hate the player, hate the game. She doesn't get it. She doesn't get it, Bethany. And also, it's 2023 now. Don't hate the player, hate the game. We've been saying that now for a decade, and I feel like you're smart, Bethany. Let's just get that out of our vocabulary. I mean, granted, I still say a grip, and some people tell me that's a very 90s word, but a grip is a perfect way. It's like a grip of lies, right? Raquel is telling us, a lot. It's much more than a lot. But this don't hate the player, hate the game. We got it. Next, you're going to be like, because you're all that and a bag of chips.
on all the factors that play into reality TV is important, because there's so much that is brushed under the rug and hidden from the viewers, that it's easy to consume this narrative that's being thrown at you.
Yeah. So
No.
I want to talk about this tape.
Great follow-up. Yeah. So I wasn't really listening because, that's what I love about Bethany is like, it's so just like, yeah, okay. Back to me. I'm not really listening. Your voice is kind of shaky. Can't really follow.
This FaceTime. I can't imagine what your parents went through about that. There's a video. So you're FaceTiming.
The last thing I'd be worried about is my parents as an adult, I guess. I mean, I think my parents know I have sex now. I hope so. I got a husband. But I mean, I love that they're like, how do your parents feel? Not how does Ariana feel finding you finger banging yourself, in Tom Sandy Butt's phone, but how does mom and dad feel about your finger bang situation?
You're in New York and Tom is in LA, and you're masturbating and he's recording you and you don't know that you're being recorded.
Correct.
Okay. And then tell me what happened.
That was hard for Beth. You were masturbating. I mean, she said masturbating. Thank you, Carolyn, for the super chat. I am digging this daytime Joleen. Don't get me wrong. I love nighttime Joleen. I'm anxious to see if you collab with Adam and Jason. I'm going to hit them up because I love Adam and Jason. And I obviously wasn't able to collab in the past because work hours, but now there's no work hours for me. The dream team plus Nana and Busy. You got this, Joleen. Thank you, Carolyn. That means so much. I appreciate you like immensely. Tons. A grip. I appreciate you a grip.
With this video that I now know about. So I don't understand what happened.
I was in New York for Watch What Happens Live the night before our big press day and the live interview with Andy Cohen. I decided to be adventurous and look at the adult section on the TV. And Tom
No, girl, you're lying. Or also, what? Okay. What 20-something young, she's a young millennial, right? She's still a millennial, right? Watches TV porn. Would you put a VHS in? You ordered porn off the TV? No. You mean you were like screen sharing it onto your TV? You were doing that? Because there's a million websites with the porns. Why are you buying what night stalkings type Skinamax stuff? What are you doing? I didn't even know you could still do that. You're like dongs aplenty on the computer or on the TV. Who is not watching it on their phone? Or what person her age? What are you, a dad? What are you, a boomer dad? Just like, this is gonna sneak this little boobies. Better get under the covers. What? So you really watched TV porn? I didn't even know they still made TV porn. Thank you, Mtronics. Thanks for doing these. They are awesome. You are awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the super chats. You guys are such sweeties. Wipe the CDs. But what? What? Huh? No. Right? Come on. Right, Teddy? Even Teddy's like, that's a lie. That's a lie. And the lie detector determined that was a lie.
The night before our big press day and the live interview,
I got to hear it again.
I decided to be adventurous and look at the adult section on the TV.
That wasn't adventurous. That was it Throwback Thursday? Is that why you looked at the adult section on the TV? That's not adventurous. That's like taking it back to the old school because you're an old fool who's so cool. But again, you are having an affair with an elderly man named Tom Sandoval. So maybe Tom, he doesn't yet know about the internet porn. So he's still watching TV porn. Maybe he was like, you know what? That internet stuff doesn't turn me on, baby. Because back in my day, we watched it on the TV. The Skinamax, the Cinemax. Ooh, the jumbled. What was that jumbled one? It was like, I remember I had a friend and her brother, we would go, if we would come in her house late at night, her brother sometimes would be on the couch in the living room watching the jumbled. And people are probably like, what is she talking about? But there was a certain station and it had a name to it. And if you put it in the chat, I won't judge you. And the TV would kind of have those like that snow, but you could see just enough booby, wee, like it would, and I forget what it was called, and someone in the chat will know, but that's probably what Tom Sandoval was like. Oh no, back in my day, We had to search for it on the TV. You get the VCR out, you put the tape in. Oh my God. It's so hot. It wasn't Playboy, but it was like a channel. It's going to come to me and I'm going to, say it just blatantly in an hour. And you guys will be like, what is she talking about?
And Tom and I FaceTime a lot. So it turned into something more of an intimate FaceTime. I expected to have privacy in that moment. So that happened. The entire day is a success in my eyes. And
okay. You thought you had privacy, and you have every right to think that when you're just FaceTiming with one person. Okay. That'll stay between you two. Why aren't we talking more about that? This man shared pornography of you, basically. He did, I know I shouldn't say the P word because YouTube's going to be on my butt about that, but it sucks saying the P word as an adult. But he basically did revenge P. That could be filed. Why was it so readily available on his phone? Why did he have it there without a lock? Why did he screen record it without your consent? That's the most important question. There was a guy from the challenge, Bear, who did that to a woman named Georgia, and he was also the winner, I believe, of BB, or he was on BB UK. I don't remember if he won. I think he won a season of BB UK, but he went to jail because he filmed someone, this Georgia woman, without her consent, I believe on his cameras in his house, like his security cameras, and then he shared it. So why aren't we more worried about that? Why aren't we more worried about that? And yeah, ultimately anything you put online like that isn't necessarily private, but when you're with someone else, you don't assume they're going to screen record you.
I was celebrating with Sheena after Watch What Happens Live, and I looked at my hairstylist and I was like, you know what? I'm ready for anything. Whatever happens, I feel like I just leveled up and I'm killing it and I can handle anything. Literally 5 minutes later, I get a text from
which is crazy because you're in a full-on affair with one of your best friends, even though you say it's not, life partners, lying to yourself, your friends, the show. And you're like, I'm killing it. I'm killing it as a liar. I'm killing it being duplicitous and living this life. I'm so happy. Feel bad. Not at all. Don't feel bad at all. That's crazy. That's kind of crazy that this woman thinks this was the time. I'm killing it. I'm doing so well. Nobody even knows. They think I'm into shorts. Oh my God.
Brianna sending me two screen recorded videos and a text that said, "You're dead to me." And that's how I knew that she knew. What date was that? This was March 1st
of 2023. Okay.
Yes. And
So that's like 5 months ago. Okay.
and then also that's how I found out that I had been recorded without my consent.
Which is the bigger issue. You were recorded without your consent. No one would have seen that had Tom Sandoval, the guy you're having an affair with, not screen recorded that without your consent. Red flag, boom, boom, boom. I mean, I wish I had some kind of like warning, warning, warning. I don't know. We'll play Jamae.
Just call each other names and stuff and, make jokes like, oh my God, Jamae, you've got your period or something. And I'm like, no, I don't. I'm just like this all the time.
Warning, ma'am. This is the part that you should really be concerned with.
Whatever. He confirmed what I wanted. I was very appreciative of that.
He confirmed that he is an asshole.
Okay, what's real and what's not? It's just annoying, whatever.
What's real is that this man recorded you without your consent, which is a crime. I think it's a crime. I'm pretty sure. Well, the fact that it now has been, I'll have to look that up, but it's wrong morally. Very wrong. Okay. And it could never have been seen by anyone had he not done that. Thank you. Thank you. Swearing helps. A logical question that isn't being answered. Why aren't you going after him? Are you hoping that you guys still make it work? Why aren't you going after him? He's done you the most dirty. Ariana hasn't done anything to you. Sheena hasn't done anything to you. I mean, besides maybe, punching you. But I mean, we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. Thank you, Mims. Shout out to my friend Mims in the chat. If you guys aren't subscribed to his channel, you should be. He's killing it. Let's keep going.
So, of course, all of these emotions came flooding over me. She called me and she was yelling at me.
Not yelling
and
at you.
Begged to know when it first started.
Was she being filmed when she asked that?
No.
Okay.
This was all off camera.
Oh, Bethany's like, was she being filmed? I hope she was being filmed. She was, right? And Bethany's looking at her like, say yes, say yes. And she's like, no, well, I mean, Lala was filming somewhere where she lives in like Studio City where all the mistress whores live. But Lala is not why I'm here today. But no. And Bethany's like, fuck. Rachel, like, watch my eyes. Yes, she was being filmed. Production, coerced her, exploitation, reality reckoning. And Rachel's like, nah, my mom loves you.
Had already wrapped filming.
Okay.
And because she had that video.
No, Bethany, we had already wrapped filming. Wrapped. Wrap it up. Just wrap it up. Okay.
I was scared I was scared that it was going to be leaked.
And was it graphic? Like you could see?
I mean, it's not something that I would ever.
Was it graphic? Was it in your butt? Was it in your baby door? Where was it? What were you doing? Were you using something? Was it just your digits? What was happening? Was there screaming? Was your face like, did you have one of those weird faces? Or was it like, or were you like, because sometimes when I have an orgasm, I'm like, was it like that? Did you do it like that? Are you loud? Okay. Did you squirt? Oh my God. Let's not talk about squirting. Squirting!
Want my grandma to see. No.
Do you know it's just pee? I don't know. Someone told me that.
Right. Or your kids.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. So I felt pressured in that moment. And one of the reasons why it went on for so long, this affair, is because Tom and I couldn't come to a resolution.
You guys couldn't come? Oh my God. I'm so sorry. She's going to say, because I have heard this part. We can come to a resolution on how long the affair's been going on. Ding, ding, ding. It's Tom. Hi. He's the problem. It's Tom. It's all Tom. Tom's recording you without consent. Tom's lying to you about his relationship with Ariana. Tom's telling you that you need to keep lying and you need to protect me because people can't know that I'm a 70-year-old man who can't control his own wiener.
On the timeline of it all, because Tom didn't want Ariana to know how long it actually had been going on and felt like it would hurt her more if she knew that this happened during the summer.
Yeah. Yeah. That hurts more.
This was summer of 2022.
Oh, so this went on for a while.
What if she was like
7 months.
summer of 2020? I'm telling you, this is longer than 7 months. Just wait. Just wait. It'll come out. It'll come out. This is longer than 7 months. No, because there are receipts that take it all the way back to Coachella that year. And what's Coachella? April? Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So she begged to know. I told Ariana that it had been happening for 7 months and she flipped out. This is also while Tom was performing his hit new single in West.
Oh, yeah. Tom has never had a hit single in his life. The only time Tom sees a hit single is when he presses the play on the Harry Styles or the Beyonce. Those are hit singles. I don't even know anything by Harry Styles. When he listens to Ice Spice, he's got a little Bia. There's a whole lot of money in this motherfucker. Like that is a banger. That's a hit. Whatever he's doing is not a hit. What are you talking about? I thought I had a clip of him singing. I've subjected you guys to that before, but no. No.
Nothing happened. You did it.
Nothing happened. You did it. You did the shitty music. I thought I still had my clip. He's like, yeah, your sex is on fire. Yeah, we laying. Don't make a sound. I'm gonna screen record. You while you're finger banging yourself. Turn on the TV. Pick out the porn. I know it's expensive. I know expensive. Yeah, you can use my Discover card. Oh, yeah, it might get declined or maxed out. Cause of Tom and Tom's Restaurant, Schwartz and Sandy's. Yeah. We've been struggling, so I've been putting it on credit. But I can call my mom. What are you talking about? Hit single. What is this person talking about? What is this person talking about? Hit single. You're still trying to get with him. You are still lying. Pretending this man, if you were mad at this man for screen recording you would never say hit single. Where did it hit? Besides people in the face, and they're like, ah, shit, right in the eardrum. And then you went deep. What are you talking about? Wait, what are you doing? You still like him. You guys are still talking. That will answer the question. Are they still FaceTime finger banging? Yep. You know why? Because she just said he had a hit single. And you only do that when you're in love. And love makes you do the wacky. Like they say on Buffy. And that's wacky. That's wacky.
Hollywood at Tom Tom. So
we gotta listen to that again.
Flipped out. This is also while Tom was performing his hit new single in West Hollywood at Tom Tom. So everyone was there. Lisa Vanderpump was there, and his phone just happened to fall out of his.
Do you guys know Lisa Vanderpump admitted she has a little secret thing she does is she puts earplugs in her ear when Tom Sandoval and the most extra liars play. She just, because everyone else in the band can totally play. But when he sings, she's got earplugs. Yeah. It's crazy, right? I might be lying, but I hope she does that to spare herself.
Okay. While he was performing, he didn't change his password, even though at this time he said that they were broken up officially. And then he also left the video in his camera roll.
Wait, this is what you believe, or this is what was said?
This is.
I bet you Tom Sandoval went to the 1 hour photo and tried to get your video developed. That's how old Tom Sandoval is. That's how disgusting Tom seems. Like, excuse me, I have a screen recording of, you don't need to know. Anyways, I can sing for you if I know it's kind of pricey and I'm running low on money. I owe my mom $250,000 allegedly of her retirement. So, can you guys print this out? Can I get this developed? Do you guys still do that? Do I need negatives? Do I need to come in here? And you young kids are like, what is she talking about? Exactly. Tom knows. Tom knows. You know what I'm talking about, Tom. You know what I'm talking about, old man.
I know, because this is what has been said by Tom and by Ariana.
That the phone fell out of his pocket?
Yes.
And you believe that?
I don't even know what to believe anymore.
Okay. So the phone fell out of his pocket and she then picked it up and put his password.
Because you know Mims, he changed. He's like, Tom's just wanna have fun. They just wanna. Okay, hold on, guys. Let me pull out my trumpet. Even James Kennedy, your ex-boyfriend, said he can't even play the trumpet. Bro. Oh no, you're making me say bro. Oh no.
Or didn't have his Face ID and then found a video that was on the front of his phone for her to see?
Yes, a mutual friend picked it up, gave it to Ariana because Tom was still performing. She had this gut instinct, she said, to look through the phone, and
how dare she?
She just looked through the camera roll and there was the video. And
okay, and who else has seen that?
It seems to be that a lot of people have seen it, despite my immediate cease and desist letter that went out.
Send it to Daryl, which did give us fantastic, iconic. Send it to Daryl. And Tom's mad. I know, Tom. I know you're mad at me, Tom. And that's how I like it. That's how I like to keep it. So the phone fell out. So he didn't even, we know that, again, Bethany, if you did any research on this and you knew anything about the situation, you would know that Tom and Ariana know each other's codes on their phones. She didn't want to be that couple to check his phone, so she gave him the benefit of the doubt. But when you're a woman, and Bethany, you were married to an asshole, you get it. When you have an inkling, you have this like little tinge in you and you're like, I better check the phone. I should check the phone. I don't want to be that girl, but I'm gonna check the phone. Check the phone. And she checked the phone and she found exactly what she wanted to find. Or what she knew she'd find, I should say. She don't think she wanted to.
Some of Ariana's friends have described the video in great detail.
Ariana's best friend, Brad, took to social media and said, and the lie detector determined that was a lie. I did not, in fact, see that video. You are trying to paint the narrative that Ariana has committed revenge P and is passing your stuff around. The only person who has done anything without your consent and who has betrayed your trust is Tom Sandoval when he screen recorded you without your consent. And yet you still sit up here and take up for this man and say he has hit singles. Oh my God, girl. You got it bad. You got to go back. That Meadows, no offense to Meadows, no offense, all offense, but that didn't work. It didn't work. It did not work.
Online. And And she also sent it to me. So I don't know who else she sent it to.
Of course she's going to send it to you. She's going to be like, I know. Hi, is this you? Is this your finger banging? Is this you on my boyfriend's phone? Is this you? This you, girl? This you? You want to tap on that? This you? Yeah, of course she's going to. That does not prove. I don't need to be Emily D. Baker. Shout out to Emily D. Baker, who's wonderful. I don't need to be Emily D. Baker to know that that is not going to get me or a jury to go, well, if she sent it to you, then she must have sent it to everybody. Evil, evil Ariana. And that's what you're still trying to do, Rachel. You're trying to make Ariana the villain, but it's you, honey. You got to own it. You got to own it. I hate to Lisa Rinna you, but you got to own it. Or this is never going to go away. It's never going to stop. You're never going to get any better. And you're always going to be in these situations. Okay? God.
I'd be surprised if she sent it to other people, but it's not legal.
Right. And other people have said to you that they've seen it.
So, Bethany, you're going to let her be on your podcast accusing Ariana of a crime when she has no proof other than people described it. Well, it's not hard. If Ariana saw a video of you finger banging yourself, all she has to say is she was on the bed finger banging herself. It was on Tom's phone. They were on FaceTime. I saw it. I mean, was there some, how, if Ariana saw it, she could easily tell her friends what she saw. That doesn't mean she showed it to them. Geez, I'm going to go to law school just so I can try this case because you know she's going to try to do something. She's going to try. This is the beginning of her trying to make the case that Ariana revenge peed her and shared this while not vilifying Tom at all, who's the one who screen recorded this and kept it on his phone. What was he going to do with it? Watch it later? You didn't consent to that. You consented to that one moment when you were on FaceTime with him. Did he show it to Tom Schwartz? Because Tom Schwartz knew about it. Does that mean Tom saw it? The other Tom? Did he show it to that manager guy that hates him, Greg? To kind of get on his good side? Here, Greg, let me show you something. I know you hate me, but can we open this restaurant a little sooner? What if I show you this? The same accusations can be put out against your own boyfriend. Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So do you mind if I ask how old you are?
I'm 28.
You're 28. So have you had many relationships before reality television?
No.
Jesus,
I had an
interview is
unofficial
sloppy.
boyfriend who was scared of commitment in college.
What the hell's an unofficial boyfriend? Then that's not a boyfriend. That's a guy you were banging. And he was like, we're not going to do this seriously. This is just going to be fun. We're just going to be F buddies. What are you talking about, unofficial boyfriend? That's not a boyfriend. She really likes to like create her own reality. That's crazy.
And that was my first love, my first I love you to somebody. And then I met James, and I met James when I was 21. I was in this like DJ phase where I was like into the DJ and try to get up on stage and whatever. And when I met him, he had this.
So you admit, Miss Leviss, that you in fact sought him out, and this was a calculated attempt to date a DJ. So you admit it. Huh. Interesting.
Like charming British accent. And so I felt like.
So you admit, Miss Leviss, that you were only turned on by the British accent. Huh.
In love with James. We did long distance for 2 years, and then we lived together for 3 years.
But you've had your major significant relationships in your life have been on reality television.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. So
Some of yours. Wow. Yeah. Reality reckoning. Hashtag reality reckoning. Wow. What is the wow? Let's see if Bethany elaborates why we're saying wow.
were you what you believed to be
No.
in love with Tom?
I believed I was in love with Tom at the time. I now look back on it and see that I was not in love with him. I also don't believe that he truly was in love with me either.
Then why are you still saying he has a hit single? Maybe just can't stop lying. Maybe that's it. I don't know.
We had this connection that I felt seen and heard by him.
Not the seen and heard. Not this. You know who's seen and heard you without having to put it in your baby door and tape you masturbating without your consent? Sheena, Ariana, your friends on the show, who they saw and heard you so much They went after their own friend group and people in it, like Lala and Katie, to say, leave her alone. We believe her. She's a good person. They saw and heard you. Those women that lifted you up and they went to your little pageant when you were like Miss Malibu. Those women saw and heard you. They had your back. They invited you places. They invited you into their homes, introduced you to their children, told you you were beautiful and smart and could do better than James. They saw and heard you. Again, not some guy who's just saying this because he wants to have sex with you. They weren't getting anything out of being your friend, really, because you weren't really a big fixture on the show. If anything, they made you someone who's interesting and someone to cheer for on the show by co-signing and advocating for you. Oh my gosh.
I haven't really had that connection with other people on the cast nor people in my real life. So,
well, I'm sorry, all Rachel Raquel's friends. No one has treated her and saw her as much as Tom Sandybutt, that man who only sees himself in the mirror. Yep, sorry. You guys might have put some time in. You might have did some work, but nope. Sorry, all the women out there. Sorry, mom. Sorry, dad. Sorry, everybody. Sorry, sisters. No, it's Tom. It's Tom.
it was like I was filming in a tumultuous environment. I was needing some validation and somebody to hear what I was going through. Mm-hmm. And here comes along Tom, who really gave me that time of day to share my side of the story in a non-judgment.
Are you kidding me? Let's go to part 2. Are you kidding me right now? In a non-judgment. Oh, he was judging. His boner was judging. What are you talking about? This is ridiculous. This keeps getting, I did not think this was going to be this. I really thought this could, okay, all right. Okay, Rachel, yeah, all right. You did some work, allegedly. You're going to come out. You're going to own your shit. You're moving on. No, it's still a love letter to Tom Sandoval, even though she says it's not. Oh, my goodness. All right, let's pull this second part up and see. It's only 28 minutes. Thank God. You should have T-Mobile. You know why? We don't have a good reason to have T-Mobile. No one should have T-Mobile. But if you do want T-Mobile, you guys, put in code Joleen thinks T-Mobile sucks, but they're paying her $30 to get 30% off your T-Mobile plan. Even though they don't have the coverage of Verizon.
I would like to hear about.
Okay, here we go.
And you, and then the dog. Yes.
Okay, so this, she just said, I want to hear about Sheena and you, and then the dog. His name is Graham. He had a puppy shower. She claimed to love him. Then what we found out is that she just couldn't take care of him and returned him or something, I think. And then, he's chipped. So Lisa Vanderpump finds out. And when you do this, a la Dorit Kemsley, Beverly Beach by Dorit, we find out. This is Loosey Goosey Apple Juicy 2.0. Here we go.
Yes, there's still a lot to unpack here.
Not really. I feel like you never packed the suitcase. The suitcase is empty. The door is closed. The suitcase is empty.
So Sheena did physically assault me that night.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to walk. I said, I need a minute. I need a damn minute. This is, hi, I'm going to pet Teddy. Hi, Teddy. Hi, my precious love. Hello, special friend. Oh, yeah, I just need some puppy pets. Okay, we're going to come back. Oh, my God. Teddy, can you believe this? Teddy? Okay, I had some puppy pets. I feel a little calmer. Sheena did assault me. Girl, stop. Who cares? I don't care. I don't advocate for violence except for when I advocate for violence. Okay, I'm nonviolent except for when I'm violent. All right? Everything I said is alleged except for, and everything is true except for the parts that are false. Here we go. Sheena hit her. Okay, let's hear this again.
Get into the reunion. I would like to hear about Sheena and you, and then the dog. Yes.
The dog.
Yes, there's still a lot to unpack here. So Sheena did physically assault me
that
night.
Good. Awesome.
And
oh well.
I have a permanent scar on my eyebrow.
Is it going to go on your permanent record? Your permanent scar? Not a permanent scar. Not in your eyebrow. Oh no. Sheena, those nails, those claws. You guys don't hit each other. You get a permanent scar.
And at the moment, I thought I deserved it. That's why I just stood there and let it happen. She pushed me as hard as she could against the brick wall.
4'11". Sheena pushed you as hard as she could against a brick. Sheena, she's been working out with Brock. I think she's been working out with Brock.
The back of my head hit the wall pretty hard, and then she socked me in the eye.
Well, it didn't knock any sense into you. Again, don't hit each other. Violence is bad, except for when it's good, but it's always bad. It's always bad.
And I was in shock. She
Yeah.
threw my phone in the street and
That's called CTE, or traumatic brain injury.
and called Ariana from her phone. And
Okay.
I immediately ran to my phone.
Okay.
And it was a brand new iPhone. So I was like, oh no, is it cracked?
She hit you. You got a permanent scar that goes on your permanent record, on your permanent face. Well, not permanent, because you've had a nose job. I've had a nose job. Who hasn't had a nose job? That's called living in LA. Okay. Thank you. But you were worried about your cracked iPhone because it was new. Then it didn't hurt very bad. Then it wasn't very traumatic or tumultuous or whatever the word you want to use, because you were worried about your phone. I love that. I had a new iPhone. I had a new iPhone. Violence is bad, but most importantly, I broke my phone, and that's where I send Tom my pictures of my vajays. And Lala has like 2 phones because when she was with Rand being a mistress whore. Oh my God.
But it was fine. I called Tom immediately and I was like, Sheena,
She called Tom immediately. It was fine. Don't worry, Bethany. The phone was fine. The phone was fine. The permanent scar, gloss over. But the phone, it's fine. It's fine. I didn't get x-rayed or anything, but the phone I had x-rayed. When I went to the airport, they put it through the x-ray and it was fine. It was fine. Don't worry, guys. Her phone is fine.
punched me in the face. And he was like, oh, I know. I heard her say to Ariana, I just punched that bitch in her face and threw her phone in the street.
Okay. All right.
So
cool.
It's just nuts that she's doubled down on this narrative that I'm a liar and a cheat. And that.
What if you hurt Sheena's hand though? Huh? Because technically Sheena was thrown off. It was a surprise attack. You did a sneak attack, duplicitous cheating. She just found out. Maybe she just, maybe she was reacting. You're a lot taller than her. What if Sheena's hand got hurt? Does anyone care about that? What if she broke a nail? You know how much it hurts breaking a nail? I used to be like, when people would say that on TV as like a joke, I broke a nail. And I'm thinking, if you really broke a nail, you're not going to, especially if you got acrylics. Oh my God, with your real nail? Oh, that shit hurts. That can leave a permanent scar.
I completely fabricated this assault for whatever reason. I don't think that filing a restraining order was out of question because she was making this like punch emoji on a post that she made with Ariana saying like,
oh my God, I can't believe Sheena would do that. Can you believe that, Teddy? She made a punch emoji. Oh, emojis, they hurt. Emojis hurt people every day. And nobody talks about it. Nobody talks about the emoji. But if you want to get a really cool emoji package, just text me at 1212 fuck you and put hashtag Joleen hates emojis, but she secretly loves them for money 20 to get 20% off an emoji package with emojisarestupid.com.
Always got your back. Mm-hmm. And it just... I didn't feel safe. So it's just unfortunate that...
Well, I'm going to have to email Sheena because I have her email. And I'm going to have to tell her I don't feel safe with her either. I mean, I've only met her once, but I'm going to say, Sheena, Rachel Raquel says, you're thuggish ruggish. You're the thuggish ruggish Bone. You're what Bone Thugs was singing about. Oh, no.
I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me how I can be assaulted and then still have so much vitriol. And I think...
Well, there you go. There we have the answer we need. There wasn't really an assault. And if there was, maybe she was pushed or something, but it wasn't to this point. Rachel Raquel keeps bringing this up because she thought the vitriol would stop. The hate for her would stop. And I won't even say hate. I will say, people holding her accountable for her actions would stop because she was assaulted. So I assumed that, you guys, I was hit by Sheena. She's like an angry troll doll. It was crazy. And Lala, she didn't hit me, but she's a Lala. Okay. And I thought people would be like, okay, never mind. We'll leave Rachel alone because I was assaulted. It's crazy to me that even though you're assaulted, people still try to give you and make you responsible for your actions.
And still be the villain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you sign up for this? Like, did you sign up for all of this? That's what people will say. She signed, everyone knows what they're getting into. They've seen the show. She signed up for this.
You know what, Bethany? I really thought that reality TV was going to be fun.
Yeah.
I thought it would be a great experience for me to step out of my comfort zone.
So what I didn't ask you is, how did you feel knowing someone that you thought you were in love with recorded you? And then it ends.
Oops, I forgot to answer that. I thought reality TV was going to be fun. Really? Because you told us before that you learned that reality TV was about doing bad things so you get more airtime and you get to be on the show and you make more money. Which one is it?
On a TV show. I mean, within a cast of a TV show.
Hi,
I
graphics.
felt very betrayed. I felt like I couldn't trust this person. I felt like my privacy didn't matter to him.
It didn't.
And
Still
he
doesn't.
didn't really give a good excuse besides he wanted me to see it later on to see how beautiful I was. But
Excuse me? Are you? This man, Lala was right. This man is dangerous. That is a creepy, dangerous, yucky, groomer, yuck, icky, ick, poo poo answer. I betrayed your trust. I recorded you without your consent. Screen recorded, saved it to my phone because I wanted you to see how beautiful you were later. You can just tell me, you dumbass. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh my. That's gross. You do something immoral and someone trusts you, so they're going to finger bang themselves in front of you on a video. And then when you break their trust, you bring it back. No, I was doing it to help you. I was doing it to help you. Oh, baby, it was just to help you. See how beautiful you were. I'm pretty sure she knows. She's in pageants.
if he would have asked for permission, I would have said no. When Tom and I were filming at my apartment,
No,
after filming got picked back up, I said to Tom, how can I trust you? You filmed me without my consent. And he admitted to it. But then after that scene wrapped, he said, why did you say that? Why did you say that on camera? You made me look bad. And I was like, well, because that's what happened. And like, you know, and he ended up boycotting filming the rest of Scandoval so that he could have editing rights to that scene to take out that specific.
He said, I'm not filming unless you take that out.
Yes.
I've seen that happen before. Yeah, I've seen that happen.
Bravo, did you let him do that? Vanderpumprules, did you let him do that? I know we can't really trust what Rachel Raquel says or Tom Sandy, but I kind of believe that. I kind of believe that because he has gotten, like I said, a pristine edit all these seasons. He was, you know, essentially a narrator on this show, narrating other people's bad behavior. And he did throw a hissy, and he didn't want to film, and she didn't want to film. Oh, that's bad.
Yeah. Wow.
That's bad because that should have been talked about. That would have been a very important conversation to have, especially for your audience, for people who might have been victims of something like this or some kind of, you know, just consent in general is a conversation we need to have constantly, because it's a conversation when I was growing up. When I didn't know what consent was until I was an adult. I didn't really understand that. We just never talked about it. It just wasn't something that was in society or culture. It was more like, there was just a lot of slut shaming. There was a lot of, you know, victim blaming. And like, if you wore that, and it was up to the woman to kind of, well, you better protect yourself and you better be around the right guys and don't get too drunk and don't look too slutty and don't walk down the wrong streets and don't be with the wrong people. And don't look like you want it, but don't look like you don't want it. So now the consent conversation, I love that we're having these conversations, but this would have been so pivotal to have on the show. And yes, would it destroy Tom Sandoval and him as a character on the show? For sure, but rightfully so. So if they really protected him, I believe it, guys. I believe that. I believe that. Oh my gosh. Okay, they're going to play this commercial and I cannot skip it. So we have to just I'll pull out some comments here. Oh, I totally believe that. He's a slime ball, Kathy. 100%. Creepy. Yes, Maxine. Wow. That's why he was acting like that, Mtronic says, during the reunion in her trailer, remember? It makes so much sense. Wow. Yep. She should be holding his ass to the fire. Her parents, get him in the courtroom. Get the lawsuits going against Scandoval. And if, in fact, production did keep that conversation off. Oh, my God. That's bad, you guys. That's really bad. I hate having to sit here to these commercials. Let's just play a little clip of what a douche nozzle Tom Sandy, but the complete douche nozzle.
I accepted it, by the way. I accepted it. Like, I was like, okay, like, you know, Ken and Lisa, they probably don't have sex all the time. Like, this is probably how it is. Like, you know, you get in a relationship, like, for a long time, you just stop having sex. This is one of the things that happens. I hear it all the time. So I accepted it, you know. I got porn, I got whatever. I can just go crack one off in the bathroom, you know? Like, be done with it. But...
Like, he's 40. He's 40 years old, everybody.
He's such a loser.
All right. Oops. Okay, here we go. We're getting back into it. Back into it, everybody.
Has he gotten the same level of hate that you have for the affair?
No.
I'm not sure. I think he's getting a lot of hate right now, just being pompous and like being around town with a bunch of different girls. But I feel like it's true. The woman does get the short end of the stick.
That makes sense.
Especially Tom's stick.
Tom owns the bar he owns Schwartz and Tom and then Schwartz and Sandy. So the Bethany clause is something that was a result of my Skinny Girl deal. And it says that businesses that are showcased on reality shows, that the cast members have to kick up to the network a percentage. So I assume that Bravo profits off of these bars and Lisa Vanderpump's bars. So Tom is a partner in these bars?
Yes, he is.
So
Girl, he owns like 5. Didn't Lisa give him his 5% back of Tom? And then, you know, according to them, they're barely making ends meet at Shorts and Skeezies. Come on. Bethany, you said you know that production kind of fakes the funk when it comes to this stuff. So obviously they're building it up a little bit that he's more important than he really is.
Profits off of the marketing that the show provides, and then Bravo profits off of the sales, and everybody was going into these bars. Mm-hmm. Is he a producer?
He's not technically a producer. He's been on the series from day one, season 1. Mm-hmm.
She had to tell Bethany that. Bethany, this is stuff you should know.
I don't know if I'm even able to disclose this information, but he did tell me during negotiations for season 11 that he was offered a producer credit for season 11.
What? Oh, no. That is so undeserving. That is ridiculously undeserving. And yes, talking about having vested interest, that is why people were so upset with Lisa Vanderpump and thought she shouldn't be at the reunion. And I was one of those people, because she has vested interest in Tom, because his name is on the restaurant, because Tom, you know, she's using them to market the place, because the Toms had so much likability and they got really good edits, and Tom was like this cute little thing, people thought. And so, you know, Lisa being a businesswoman, she's like, hell yeah, let's put their names on it. So she had to protect him. So that's why people were like, Lisa shouldn't be here, because of course she's gonna stick up for this man, because she is in a business with him. His name is on her business. Even though there are lots of Toms out there, she can find another Tom. Are there no good Toms? You guys name a good Tom. Tom Brady? No. Sorry. To the Patriot fans, he might be. I don't know nothing about him other than the divorce with Giselle, you know, and I enjoy myself some Giselle. So what's a good Tom? Put it in the chat, you guys.
Oh, okay. So I think he was being rewarded for the Scandoval of it all.
Wow.
And
Tom Selleck is not a good Tom. Remember his interview on Rosie O'Donnell in the 90s? Ugh.
For me, that's just kind of gross because
I think Witness is proving my point. Tom Cruise?
it makes me skeptical. Like, was this really just something that was fabricated for this end result?
What?
It sounds like Lisa Vanderpump is profiting. Bravo's profiting.
So is Rachel Raquel saying that Tom Sandy Butt pursued her just for the show? Even though he did it, that don't make no sense because he did it off hours and he didn't want anyone to find out and he made you lie for months and months and he hoped it never came out. So I do not, what? Huh? Who? No. No, thank you, miss. No, thank you. No. You told, now you're telling my other stories. First it was, I didn't know I was struggling and me and James broke up and I just was in a bad place. I was drinking a lot. And then it was, well, I looked at my peers and I looked up to them and they were doing this sort of thing for years before the show. So I thought that's how you had to do it. And then it was, well, I was told you were rewarded for, doing bad things and to get, on the show more and to bring drama to it. So I did it because I wanted to be rewarded on the show. And now it was all made up. Tom really didn't love me. I feel like I was taken advantage of and he did this for him on the show. Oh my gosh. Tom Hanks. That's a good one. Oscar Girl. That's a good one. That's a good one. I hope.
Andy Cohen's definitely profiting. Tom is profiting.
Oh, Andy. Did you text Bethany after this? Oh, Andy.
Results.
That's what your friend said.
It sounds like Lisa Vanderpump is profiting. Bravo's profiting. Andy Cohen's definitely profiting. Tom is profiting. Ariana is profiting. So,
who's not profiting? Diet Squirt, because this is their spokes guy, allegedly, because he's always got a Diet Squirt in his hands. And that's the drink of serial killers. If you didn't know, every serial killer, drank this soda, allegedly. I'm probably lying, but maybe I'm not. I don't know. Okay. Could be a lie, could not. Everything I say is alleged. Everything is true, except for the parts that are false. But he's always got a squirt in his hand. I'm so sorry, Squirt. But also monsters drink squirt.
And you're in a deficit. You're in debt. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Why is she in debt?
Cohen's definitely profiting. Tom is profiting. Ariana is profiting. So, and you're in a deficit. You're in debt. Mm-hmm.
Why are you in debt? Because according to TMZ and according to Lisa Vanderpump, you made $350,000 for Vanderpump Rules. That's what they were saying. That you made more than $350,000 for season 10. And you said you had people to help you with your stay at Meadows. And nobody made you go to Meadows. And it clearly didn't work that you went to Meadows. But you were getting nearly $20K an episode, according to them. Why would you be in debt? What did you spend it on? How many Coors Lights did you buy to fit in with the Toms? What? Oh, Tom Petty. You guys have found some good Toms. Some good Toms.
Interesting.
You know who could get you out of debt? Bethany Frankel. She has a lot of money. I think that's what her mom's hoping. Bethany, can you hire her as an intern? Because according to Bethany, her interns make more than Rachel Raquel was paid.
Is Lisa Vanderpump in a position to protect you guys within this place you're working? Like, are you supposed to feel like someone's there to protect you, that there's someone to go to, a supervisor, a manager, a boss?
There really isn't any.
Girl, again, no. She's like a figurehead at this point. Her name is on the show. She shows up to her. She's like, darling, what's going on, darling? Oh, hello. Ken's so funny. Sometimes he wakes me up for sex and I just fall back asleep or play dead. Ha, darling, here's my dog. Darling, goodbye. You can come to my house, but don't touch anything. Darling, oh. Lisa's just cashing the checks. She's not dumb. Hi, Lala. Lala says, hi, Joleen. I'm so happy that we got to see you live during the day now, or we get to see you live during the day now. I love Teddy's pictures. Thank you so much. So happy for you. Can't wait for Night Pants with Nana. Yeah, we have a Night Pants with Nana if you guys are a member of certain tiers on Patreon or YouTube Bestie tier on the YouTube membership. We have our Friday night exclusive show tonight.
Buddy, that's a safe place to go to. I don't think that anybody on that show has my best interest at heart. Mm-hmm. So it's hard for me to be so trusting.
Thanks,
like
Jody.
I once was.
And people have spin, like Kristen has a spinoff. She was fired years ago and now she's back and she has a spinoff coming, right?
Wait, okay, I gotta rewind 15 seconds.
So it's hard for me to be so trusting. Like, I want anybody that's a safe place to go to. I don't think that.
Oh, she wants HR. She wants HR. You know who could be HR? That lady. She's a partner. There's Guillermo, Lisa, Ken, and I forget the woman's name. I apologize. But when you came in late that day because you were sleeping at Tom Sandy Butt's house and they were like, oh, don't do that, darling. She would looked at you like, she probably would have given you some good advice. You should have went to her. So Rachel Raquel now is saying there's no HR.
Anybody on that show has my best interest at heart. So
That's a lie. Sheena had your best interest. Ariana had your best interest. Your friends, who you say weren't your friends, had your best interest. You know who didn't? Tom Sandy Butt. Tom Sandy Butt did not have your best interest. The man who recorded you without your consent, the man who helped you get in this mess, did not have your best interest. Your girlfriends did. They introduced you to so I have to put together that collection of all the times where Sheena and Ariana were good friends to her. Because if you are subscribed to Sheena's channel and her vlogs, you will see that she was invited to everything she wouldn't have been invited to. She was, accepted, welcomed into a world, and she got a whole new friend group out of it. And you shit on them with your behavior. They didn't shit on you first. You shit on them. Oh my God.
Hard for me to be so trusting like I once was.
And people have spent, like Kristen has
Yes,
a spinoff. She was
that
fired
one.
years ago and now she's back and she has a spinoff coming, right?
Yes.
So you kind of get sucked in and you'll do whatever.
Is she talking about like the OG Vanderpump people, like Jax and them that are filming? So she's talking about. So Kristen was fired. Yeah, she told the manager to S&D. Thank you, Tracy. Yeah, Bethany, do the research, okay? But you know what? Kristen did some bad stuff, and you know what? She went off the show. She got therapy. She owned her shit. She didn't blame anyone else, and now she's doing a lot better. She seems to be dating a pretty nice guy. She's got a podcast. You can listen to it. I don't know.
It is because you want to get a spinoff and you want your bar to succeed. So it sounds logical that people would play the game because take a few punches, you're making money.
You're selling your soul, essentially. And this past season really did feel like the first season.
That's called Hollywood. What? Okay.
Where I was like, oh my God, I am selling my soul.
You don't have to.
And it's interesting that you mentioned Kristen because Kristen was just starting to talk about her tumultuous relationship with James and what happened behind closed doors. And then all of a sudden she's presented with the spinoff, which I believe is a way to silence her, to keep that under wraps so that the longevity of Vanderpumprules can continue.
The realm, protect the realm.
I will say, I've heard of allegations. Okay, they're allegations. If Kristen chooses to fully come forward with that, that's up to her. If other women do, that's up to her. But I will say I believe women when it comes to scenarios like that. And do I think James Kennedy is getting protected? A little bit, yeah. Had Tom Sandoval not been as horrible as he was this season, I don't know if James would be in such in such favor with fans. Is James charming at times? Sure. Can he be entertaining? Hell yeah. But we saw how he treats women. And granted, he says, oh, I've grown, I've done this, I've done that. But I have a lot of questions for James. I do. I have a lot of questions. And people won't like this. They won't, because it's all very pro James right now. And I'm not saying I'm anti-James. I have questions. Why did you go to the bathroom so much? Nobody pees that much. Okay, we've seen this in previous Bravo shows. When people go to the bathroom, some stuff's going down. And it's more than a UTI. And if it was a UTI, maybe just show us your cranberry juice bottle. Show us your, what's the little pill you can take? And it turns your pee like orange to get the pain away. Show us the prescription for the antibiotic because UTIs are awful. But yeah, I don't really like her speaking for her either. It's Kristen's story to tell. If Rachel has her own experience with James being a certain type of way or some kind of abusive behavior, if that's what she's alleging, then she should share her story and allow Kristen to share hers. Because at this time, she doesn't have Kristen's consent to do that. It's messy, but do I think there's some stuff with James that that we're kind of overlooking? Yes. And had Scandoval not come out, would we be looking more into them? Yes, I believe so. Do I hope he changes and becomes a great person and treats Allie like a queen like she should? Yes.
So there is an alleged physical abuse. There's a physical abuse allegation with Kristen and James.
Yes.
And people say something was cut out of, and I've gotten people that have called me about other incidents related to that.
Mhm.
And you think that a spinoff is good hush money for someone who was fired for like an alleged racist act?
Yeah, I think she was in relation with Stassi, and they both got fired at the same time. But I do believe what she has said about James. I know I've seen him be a violent person. So I have no doubt that what she's saying is true. I hope that one day it will come to light and there will be justice.
It's so crazy. Sometimes reality TV is like the upside down. People are rewarded for bad behavior.
Yes.
And negativity, like I said.
Yeah. I mean, since day one. I mean, I guess you could change the culture, but yeah, that's how it's been. I mean, in a lot of ways, Bethany, you were rewarded for some bad behavior. Rachel's obviously been rewarded in the sum of allegedly $350,000 for bad behavior. So yeah.
Bankruptcy. In no other world, does the boss, the entity, like pull in and highlight addiction, drinking, affairs, bankruptcy, going to jail? Like that's
Shay, that's a good point. Kristen punched James in the face on camera. We did see that. Have you seen her kickbox? I have not. At one point, Kristen said the person that abused her was not on Bravo. Now she's hinting. See, that's why it's very irresponsible for Rachel Raquel to be out here without her own story. You've seen him be violent. Well, with who? With getting in like bar fights with men? Or you've seen him be violent with you? Or you've seen him be violent with other women? So it's just a little sprinkling of, very vague allegations. Do I think James treated women poorly in dating situations? For sure. But to go as far as he is a full-on abusive dude, that's a big, big allegation.
in other workplaces that's frowned upon. So reality TV is the upside down. And it's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I haven't watched the show, so I don't know about Kristen, and I don't know about the fire.
Because she only attacks women. That's what she's been taught. The patriarchy taught her well. She only goes after women. It's all our fault, not the men who do the things. Protect them.
But then the pendulum to swing and get a spinoff from fire to spinoff is an interesting swing.
It is interesting because the cast.
She was off the air. She was off for a really long time. From what I remember, Kristen and Faith, because the allegations were of that Faith brought up on the show of their behavior toward her. And I believe that Faith said Kristen has apologized. The reason why Stassi's not welcome back into the Bravo community is because Stassi, kind of like you, Rachel Raquel, does not want to really apologize for her actions. More so, she wants to make excuses for them and kind of downplay them as not as serious as they were. And she doesn't want to admit to microaggressions per se. She doesn't want to admit to these things that she's, been accused of. Where Kristen, I think she took more responsibility for it. That's my understanding of it. But she was off the show for quite a while. But okay.
That were fired and canceled at that time now have this big comeback because this scandal is so salacious that we are the ultimate villains, Tom and I, and now they have a platform to redeem themselves.
Wow. Okay. All right.
There is a certain sense, because like Marcy says, she brings up a great point. I mean, we did see Kristen assault James on television. Now, we know she's done work. We know she's, owns this behavior. But should she be welcome back? I mean, let me know what you guys think in the chats. I mean, is this something that can you redeem yourself after that? And should she be back on the show? I mean, there has been a lot of bad behavior through the years. And had she done that in 2023 and had that happen this season, she would have been quote unquote canceled. And Jax's behavior, I mean, him coming back, and he's a whole bucket of slime, like Tess is saying. I think, you know, with time, just like when these people are like, oh, it's going to ruin my life forever. You know, the good and the bad about things like this is with time, it does kind of not necessarily heal all wounds, but people want to forget and they want to move on. Because it's a lot to carry and humans are very fallible. So I think there is a want in all of us to just be like, I don't even want to talk about that anymore. Whatever. Let's just move on. Which can be good and can be bad. You know, if you do the work and you change as a person and you admit to the fault, you know, what you did, of course, you know, there's redemption for people. But if you don't, and then you just are like, I'm just waiting for people to just not care or forget about it, and then you jump back in, that's another thing. Kesh says, well, Rachel, God will never send you another woman's man. And when you see a door closing on a relationship, it's not your job to finish closing it. Ooh, I like the way you said that. Why didn't you tell your friend, hey, is this true? Exactly. Yeah, only 175 likes, like Nancy's saying. Please smash that like, you guys.
So we're going to get into the reunion. So, because that's the last time really anyone saw you.
Yeah.
I want to read something to you that you experienced, but I don't know if when you hear it just read to you. And for the audience too, the audience that tuned in, the ratings were astronomical. It's the biggest event that Bravo's had in a really long time. It's a cash cow, millions, tens of millions of dollars, advertisers. It was a ratings juggernaut. The ratings were
Juggernaut.
I think I read somewhere total viewers were in like 11 million or something. I mean, how much greater were the ratings during Scandoval than a normal season? And was the show failing? I've heard rumors that the show was failing. It was on autopilot and kind of on the way down, and Scandoval revived it.
Yeah, Alex Baskin went on record himself. He's our executive producer of Vanderpumprules, and he said the show was going to be canceled after season 10. And if it wasn't for Scandoval, there wouldn't be another season.
Wow.
Here we go with more advertising. From the studio who brought you Rachel Raquel's Lies, we're now going to bring you more lies when we interview Tom Sandybutt with Howie Mandel, special guest. Okay.
Family secrets. It's hard to believe we're entering our eighth. Calling at me that I couldn't.
Come on.
What were the ratings before and what were the ratings after?
I don't know the numbers, but I would be very curious to know because
Well, it says Vanderpumprules viewers did not dip out of season 10 finale. It hit highs for the Bravo show. The episode which showed the fall drew a combined audience of 4.1 million viewers on Bravo, On Demand, and the Peacock within 3 days of that viewership. Oh, wow. 2.4 million in the demo. To give everyone a frame of reference, at the peak of successful housewives that I've been on, and of course Beverly Hills does really well, but like Atlanta back in the old days, the heyday would get 4 million, like back in the heyday.
But they
never got 2.4 million in the demo. That's the sweet spot for Bravo. That's the advertisers. Like the most I've ever seen for housewives is with a 1 in front of it, with maybe 1 million. That's astronomical, that demo. Wow.
Astronomical.
Yeah. The target. Yeah, the ratings are, I would be willing to bet that the demo was probably a couple 100,000 when it was failing. And it went up to 2.4 million. It probably shot up. Oh, wow. Season 10 reached over 11.5 million total viewers.
Bethany is just finding this out in real time. I love this kind of interview. Do you think Diane Sawyer works like this? Oh, wow. Gail King's like, holy shit, I didn't even look this up. Are you serious? Oh, my God. Yes. Oh, my God. This kind of live reaction journalism. I guess that's what I'm doing.
That's bigger than network numbers. That's outrageous. More than 115 million hours of season 10 have been watched across both platforms, as well as on small digital apps. Season 10 reached over 11.5.
We know. It was, they were talking about on CNN. It was global. We get it. We got it. And then also recognize that maybe it was the fact when you guys are saying, so to make this argument so interesting, because it's the same people that say, like the Rachel Raquel's, why is this any different than any other cheating scandal? Why is this getting so much attention? And then we tell you why it is. And you go, no, that's stupid. But yet you get all these ratings and then you want to take credit for that. Well, yeah, it's because this is like an unprecedented on reality TV to follow a couple for 10, seasons, basically a little less than 10 seasons or 10. Yeah. And then to see deception, lies, cruelty on this level to, another party being Ariana, it's going to be a big deal.
Holy shit.
Holy shit.
That's insane. 11.5 million. I thought that was like not even true. Wow. That's crazy.
And a lot
It's
of
the most watched cable series of 2023 in the 18 to 49 demo, which is the sweet spot. That's all the advertisers. Bravo has made millions and millions of dollars. This is
millions and millions. Yes. And Bravo also allowed you to bring the skinny girl on, and you made millions and billions on yours. Yes, we know that's how it works. I hate that they're talking to us like we're dumb. We don't understand how it works. Yes. Yes. And Shay, Shay, it ain't so. I like your name very much. Says, roll the tape on Bethany decimating Sonia and Luann. She tore into these women who are also someone's child. Hypocrite. Housewives is not VPR. She is so annoying that she did no housewife and did not tune in. Oh, no homework, not housewife. No homework and did not tune in. Yes, that is very annoying that she didn't do that. And good point. Everybody technically on that show is somebody's daughter. Technically. Hey, baby boy, you okay? Sometimes he falls asleep and it's like he has these little nightmares and his little paws. He's like, and it's not like the fun like running ones. He's like it's kind of, he just looks, I'm projecting, but I think he's having bad dreams because he looks a little scared. And anyways, I digress. All right.
the realm they must protect. That is, yeah, well, wow. All right, so now we're going to get into it. That's shocking. I'm glad I read that before getting into the reunion. Okay, so it's all, they cashed their checks. Yes.
Wait a minute. Are you saying follow the money? Wait, what? Gosh, somebody, breaking news. Businesses go by the strategy of follow the money. And if you follow the money, you will find out where the interest lies of the company. Oh my, we gotta, No way. It's these cis males that Tom Sandoval talked about that are just all about money. My mind is blown, you guys.
The thing is that, as a cis male,
Did you say cyst?
raise your voice, yell, do whatever you feel entitled to do. But as a straight male, if I was a woman, I could do that. If I was a gay male, I could do that. But as a straight male, if I raise my voice, it's wrong.
It's so hard. It's so hard out here for the straight males, guys. Put your tears in the chat for the straight males, for the straight male tears. I feel for them. You guys be nicer to straight males. What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? These poor straight males, they're getting, the bad end of the stick, of Tom's stick. Oh my gosh, Tracy, the iconic moment in New York Housewives history. It's about Tom. It's not about Tom. Don't say it's about Tom. It's about Tom. It's about Tom. That's about what's a cis male? We don't know. Ask Tom Sandoval. He is woker than wokey. He is educated and smart and the best. Poor straight cis males. Those cis males, they should get the cyst removed. You don't have to live with all cysts. Some cysts can be removed, I think.
Let's go.
And a lot of people are obviously tuning in for the first time, hearing about Scandoval and rewatching old
okay.
episodes. A lot of people are rewatching past seasons that I've been on.
Yeah, oh yeah, of course.
Trying to figure out did this happen in season 8?
No.
Yeah, because you lied to us. So we're looking for Easter eggs. If you would have come out and told the truth or not have been cheater pumpkin eater with Tom Sandybot, we wouldn't have to look for these things. We're only going back because we were trying to play detective. It was like Law and Order. Dung, dung. We're trying to figure it out. Where is I have my little gavel back here, you guys. We were trying to Law and Order you and Tom Sandybot because you guys kept lying to us. Oops. And the time frame kept changing. So we're like, what's going on? Objection. When did this start? Overruled. Why is it overruled? Can we not hear what's going on? Objection. Leading the witness, which is what Bethany's doing. It's just, oh, goodness me. Thank you so much, Tess, for the super chat for the cis males that need it. Pass it on, Jolene. Yes, please donate for the cis males. I will give all my money to the cis male charity that doesn't exist, but does exist in my bank account. Thank you so much. I will give it to my cis male dog. Okay, that's what I'll give it to. He is a cis male dog. Okay, we're going to take him to the vet. Hopefully he has no cysts.
Boats rise with the tide. Totally fair. They're going back and no one's making money on residuals. It's insane ratings. Wow, Bethany, wow. Okay. So let's take a breath.
Bethany's like, jackpot, jackpot. This is exactly what I needed for the reality reckoning. No one's making residuals. Again, yes, people should. Reality TV stars, stuff like this, they need representation. They need better contracts. They need it, someone to represent them so they don't get screwed over and they do get things like residuals. Oh, goodness. She's like, oh my God, this is a jackpot. I got it.
I just got jacked up, so I want to get jacked down. I want to read to you from the reunion
Jacked down.
transcript. You were only really on the second
She's going to read a transcript from the reunion? What?
of the reunion. Okay.
Why don't you watch it?
Restraining order. I think technically I was only on the third part of the 3-part reunion.
Okay.
I was in the trailer watching the reunion for the first 2 parts.
Okay, so I watched all of the reunion. That's what I did watch, and a couple of episodes.
Girl, that's what you watch? That's it? You need context. My God. Oh, this is going to be great. But of the scandal. But I watched the reunion and I got my pen and paper and I wrote some things down because I was in shock. And maybe not having watched 10 years of this, I could sort of just see something in a vacuum. And it is in a vacuum because I haven't watched if you've been duplicitous or dishonest or things that people think about you. But I know that you're a human being. I know that you could be my daughter. And I know that. Again, with the daughter reference, anyone could be anyone's daughter then. Well, I know that you guys in the chat could be my daughter. So I guess you're never going to be held accountable because you can be my daughter.
Andy Cohen is a parent and Lisa Vanderpump is a parent. And that your castmates are all going to war because they just were on the biggest show of 2023. Mm-hmm. So I'm putting all of this in my mind. And I just want to read to you what was said to you in a very short period of time on the
Why would you read? She was there. She knows what was said to her. It was replayed 1,000 times, but I can't wait. Okay, let's see.
Diabolical, demented, subhuman, shut the fuck up, fuck you, fuck yourself with a fucking cheese grater.
That was my favorite one.
You're disgusting, and I wish the worst that can ever happen to a person on you. And then you said, I feel like a piece of shit.
Okay, yeah.
And then it was said to you about you, and then Lala says, my love, I think you need to get mentally evaluated. You are truly insane. And then you say, I am getting mentally evaluated.
Okay.
And then it said to you, you're a fucking psychopath. You're a dementor. You're a soul-sucking individual. You're ugly. You're hideous. You're rotten on the inside. Rotten like a moldy piece of fruit. Rotten. You are nothing. You are nothing. You are nothing. Let that sink in, because I know it's hard for you to let other people's thoughts go into your brain because you never have had an original thought of your own. You are nothing. You're dead to everybody now. I'm really sorry.
Is she going to cry? Is she going to cry? You read that completely out of context all at once. Also, I feel like those were some good lyrics. Like if that was a song, you are rotten, you're demented to the core. Do Tom Sandy, but we'll get that in there. Are you really going to read that completely out of context? Are you really going to do this right now, Bethany? And then we're going to cry for her, Argentina? Is that what's happening? This is ridiculous. You are rotten to the core. Didn't she call her a dementor because it's like a Harry Potter reference? And she's Slytherin? And I'm Hufflepuff, BTW. Why would you read it like that? Unless you're trying to put forth this narrative that she's the victim. Is she cry? Is she going to cry? You guys tell me if she's going to cry. I need to know if she's going to cry. We're going to do a quick commercial break if she's going to cry.
I've always been the good girl, but now that I've aged out of pageants, I don't have to worry so much about my reputation.
Like that's a rap after that. And your whole daughter.
And your hoe daughter. Oh, she really. Memberships are still there, Tracy. I don't know. Did YouTube get rid of memberships? I think they're still there. Tracy. Thank you for the super chat, though. All right, let's keep listening. The cheese grater was my favorite. F yourself with a cheese grater. That was some Tony Soprano shit. That was Tony Soprano.
It was actually said to you on national television. And then you...
Not in a row. Okay, Bethany, did you not tell Ramona your, what was Bethany's big... Okay, we got to look it up now. All right. You okay, baby? Okay, he's okay. Bethany versus Ramona reunion. She said, you're horrible. You're a horror show. You got whatever in your purse. You're a horror show. Wasn't that what she said? She can't forgive Ramona. She's a horrible person. Let's read the transcript on that. Let's see what she got. You treat her assistants horribly. You're a bad person. You didn't acknowledge them. Human decency. She's not humanly decent. Which I agree, Ramona is far from decent. She looks at people as below her. Okay. Didn't she also at the Berkshires, didn't you guys put that in the chat or at, Bluestone Manor? She talked about Luann's vagina. Dorinda hangs out with the driver, of course, Dorinda. The drivers are like, "Let's have a little, like, nip, a little, like, drink after." Okay. Ramona came from nothing. You told Ramona she should be living in a commune by herself in a padded room. That just says so much about you. Mhm. This was a good reunion. You got your tits hanging out, your hair down to here, you got crazy eyes, you got fucking chicken in your purse, drinking fucking rosé behind a couch, screaming that it's cold in here. You're a horror show. I am what I am, Ramona said. She said, "Well, enjoy that." She called her an animal. I mean, that's kind of dehumanizing, Bethany. In addition to what, yeah, Bethany, let's look at Bethany yelling at Luann. Maybe we need to do dramatic interpretations or reenactments, I should say. Bethany versus Luann, Berkshires. All right, let's see. What does Bethany say? Maybe I should put, I don't want, NBC Universal is horrible about striking you, even when you're providing fair use commentary. So if they hear any of it. All right. Let's see here, guys. Just, for context of what now Bethany's crying about, what she got paid for. I'm just, that's a legitimate thing. And listen, I'm not was wrong about Ramona, but you said the stuff, and I don't think Ariana was wrong about Rachel Raquel. All right. Luann's asking her new boyfriend. They're in the Berkshires. This is circa 6 years ago. She said, when Luann asks you who you date, you enter the witness protection program. I mean, Bethany was notorious for dragging people and reading people. And that's exactly what Ariana did to Rachel Raquel. At least she broke it up. It wasn't all like, you're this, you're that, you're this. She gave it to her in little bite-sized pieces, appetizers, if you will, so as not to overwhelm her. I thought that was very kind of Ariana. But I guess, wait, what did she just say? She said, God forbid you tell your man, or you tell Luann your man has a big penis. Okay. She's like a plastic fuck doll. God forbid you tell your man that Luann has a big penis. She's like a plastic fuck doll. I mean, that's real dehumanizing. That's real slut shamey. Now she's talking about her hair, and it was all just because all Luann didn't have sex with her man. All Luann did was say, "You got your hair done like me," because that's when Bethany had a bob. It looked cute, but it looked like Luann's. Just, oh, I want to be like you. I want to F a lot of different guys. I want to party till 5 a.m. Play Grey Gardens and rehab over at my friend's house in the Upper East Side. Is that what I want to do? Is that what I want to do? I want to go lie to all my friends. Luann said, "Are you getting laid right now?" And she said, "Well, you're making up for all of us." Luann's like, "Oh, really? About the Kim control of the family or what? Really?" And Bethany goes, "No, because Kim Cattrall was honest about it." Luann says, "I'm honest about it. I'm dating. I'm having a good time. I'm single. I can do what I want." Happened to like one guy in particular. She tells her she's not a girl's girl. Bethany tells Luann that. Wow, what man have I ever rolled up anyone? So basically you're interviewing how you describe Luann. That's what Rachel Raquel is. That's what you're interviewing. And you read her for filth. So the fact that Ariana did that, I mean, that's kind of why she did it. You didn't like Luann for the same reasons Ariana doesn't like Rachel Raquel. Only Ariana has specific reasons for of this behavior affecting her life, being Rachel Raquel pretending to be her friend and then sleeping with her boyfriend, life partner behind her back, lying to her in her home, the disrespect. She says, then Bethany stands up. What married man have I ever slept with? What young 25-year-old have I ever effed? And then give my friend shit about it. You're a hypocrite. You F everybody. You are a slut and a liar and a hypocrite and a snake. That's the truth. Bethany said, you are a slut, a liar, a hypocrite, and a snake. That's the truth. You F everybody. It's true. She has her little DR moment and she says, I can't believe the words that are coming out of my mouth, but I feel like I owe it to myself and everyone around us to at least say her piece to Luann's face. So she knows that Luann is the number one slut. Then she goes on to say, so, I mean, it's so, I just found that in 2 seconds. No, we all remember it. We just don't remember exactly. But yeah, so now we're going to cry about Rachel Raquel. Okay.
Dead. No one handed you a tissue. Saw Ariana got a tissue. No one handed you a tissue. And then you started to walk off.
No one handed you a tissue. No one handed you a condom. No one handed you a Bible. No one handed you a 12-step program. No one handed anything to you. No one got a tissue. No one handed you a diet squirt. No one handed you a hand. No one gave you a handy. These people are cruel. What they did to you, Rachel Raquel, according to Bethany. We got to listen to that one more time. She is really
sorry.
I'm so sorry.
That was actually said to you on national television. And then you said, no one handed you a tissue. Saw Ariana got a tissue. No one handed you a tissue. And then you started to walk off. And Andy said, hold on, come back.
What is this long pause? Are we still pausing?
What does that mean to you hearing those
Oh
words?
my God. I thought someone like had a stroke or something. Why was that? That was like a long pause. Pause for dramatic effect.
In a row, like I wrote them down and just read them.
Okay, well, yeah, in a row, probably not that great. But again, Ariana spaced it out. She spaced it out.
You're a worm with a mustache. You're a worm with a mustache.
A worm with a mustache. You're a worm with a mustache. I mean, I thought Ariana did her a favor. Okay, so this is just coming off like you're full of shit.
You full of shit. That's what you are. You full of shit.
Now take that check to the bank and cash it, a la Nene Leakes.
Nobody should ever be spoken to like that.
Because sticks and stones may break my bones, but my boyfriend's wiener in your vagina is what's really going to hurt me. Sticks and stones.
We're all human. We're just navigating through life and we're bound to make mistakes. I know that I'm not lesser than or even greater than anybody else. That's one of the lessons that I learned at the Meadows. I also, hearing that, it's very difficult in that moment.
That's like a kindergarten lesson. Okay, you guys, we're all equal. No one's better. No one's worse. Let's all play fair. Give each other a chance. I went to kindergarten in the 80s, and even I heard that. Oh, Teddy. My little sweet teddy dog.
Accept those words that are being thrown at you, and it's much easier to disassociate and just let it flow.
So when you called Lala a whatever you called her, not a slut pig, that's a lot of other shows, but you called her a mistress. What did she use, you guys? It was not a mistress whore. It was a mistress, some kind of tramp, or I don't know, something. I mean, that could have been hurtful to Lala, who's going through something serious with Randall right now, finding out she was married, or not married to, but engaged to Harvey Weinstein Jr. That could have been, a little. The point is, yeah, I'll say this stuff to each other. So you can go after the culture of reality TV, but to create yourself as a victim when you have both profited off of saying mean things to women, it's pretty hypocritical. Mistress Bimbo, thank you. Thank you, Hair Share Stephanie. I knew it was like Bimbo. You called her Mistress Bimbo. You said, you're like, Lala is the Mistress Bimbo while you were having sex with this man with the squirt, with the diet squirt, no less. That is disgusting. Diet squirt is gross. Regular squirt, I might be able to forgive. If you live, if you're a Midwestern boomer dad, possibly, okay? Or you need it to chase down something, some kind of alcohol or something. Or if, the zombie apocalypse hits and you got to drink what's left.
I on over, because who can even accept that and be like, oh, you're throwing this stuff at me? Let me look at it. Oh yeah, that's all mine. No, like I can see that those words are filled with hate and are intent.
They're not filled with hate. They're filled with hurt. What don't you understand about this woman just found out about all this lies and deception, and she was going to go on the attack with her words. She could have went to the press and destroyed you. She waited until it was time to do her job, and her job at the reunion is to react to what is going on that season. And what was going on that season is you were lying straight to her face, as was Tom Sandoval, carrying out a disgusting relationship and affair, not telling her the truth, even though she begged that you would tell her the truth, and you kept showing up at her house, tried to make a fool out of her, tried to make it seem like it was her fault, victim blame her. So what she did, she showed you a lot of grace in not going public, in not showing up at your house, let's say, even though, don't hit each other, guys. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good. But the fact that this chick and Bethany Frankel are like, yeah, Ariana's the problem. Ariana's the problem. Nobody is sitting there. This isn't about hate. She's hurt. You would be hurt too. You are still hurt about Lala cheating with James Kennedy early in your relationship. Maybe once, maybe twice, 3 times allayed here or there when she was drunk. You're still hurt about that. I think this woman can be hurt, and I think it's expected that she be hurt about this level of betrayal. You could have been there for her when her grandmother died. Instead, you let her boyfriend inside of you. You could have been there for her when her dog died. You claim to love animals so much, but instead, you effed her boyfriend in her driveway while she was mourning in bed. So yeah, I would say all those words were not only deserved, but necessary.
To put me down and make me feel like someone who is not worthy.
I can't listen to this shit anymore. To put me down. Girl, there are consequences to your actions. People will say things. They will have reactions. People aren't going to have some PC reaction when you do some effed up shiz. I just, my feelings got hurt. You're not a victim. You're not a victim. Not of Ariana. You might be a victim of Tom Sandoval. You've got to look into that. You have to look into the men. You got to look into these men because Ariana's not the one. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
I can see that those words are filled with hate and are intended to put me down and make me feel like someone who is not worthy of love, who's not worthy of acceptance or living life.
Nobody told you to take your life. This is what they do. I've seen this happen with YouTubers. I've seen this happen with celebrities. I've seen this happen when people have bad behavior. They immediately go to, people are telling me to off myself. Okay, you might have the occasional troll and it's wrong and no one's advocating for that. But the average person like you and I who watch the show are never going to message someone and tell them to take their own life. That's just not going to happen. That's not what we do. And that doesn't absolve you from all the bad behavior because there's a couple assholes out there who like to say this weird shit. Okay. I mean, I've said this a million times. I am just a YouTuber and a comedian with only 33,000 subscribers, and people have messaged me to hurt myself before. But that, I mean, that unfortunately, there's some real sickos out there, but the exceptions do not make the rules in this. But that's immediate with where they go. When did Ariana and them tell you to take yourself out of this world? Just because F yourself with a cheese grater? I mean, that's just like dramatic. And no one's going to take that seriously. Also, I hope you would stop before it would actually really first of all, I hope you wouldn't do it. And second of all, I hope you would stop before it caused any permanent damage, which would be immediately. Okay.
And I know that I am worthy. I think every single person on this earth is worthy of living a life full of love.
Everybody. What about Jared from Subway? What about Harvey Weinstein? I don't think that. I think you just don't even know what you're saying. You're just saying things. Oh God, you guys.
This might be a little bit of a tangent, but
No.
I'm adopted and my mom couldn't give birth. So her sister got pregnant with me and asked my mom if she wanted to have this baby. And so
That didn't make sense. Okay, let's see. Hold on.
Mom couldn't give birth. So her sister got pregnant with me and
okay, so that she just made it sound like her mom couldn't give birth. Okay. So her sister was like, I'll carry the baby for you, being Rachel Raquel the baby, and then I'll give it to you because you can't get pregnant. Okay, cool. But then she says,
asked my mom if she wanted to have this baby. And so
if she was doing it for your mom because she couldn't get pregnant, I think it's maybe she just doesn't know how to tell a story or a sentence, or maybe she doesn't even realize when she's lying. Why would she have to ask your mom if she wanted you when you started the story with my mom couldn't get pregnant, so my aunt, her sister, had me for her? Why would she have to ask her if she wanted you if that's why she had you, if that's why she was pregnant? That's what you make it seem like in that sentence.
She gave birth to me and gave me to
Let's listen to it in full.
So,
tell me if I'm crazy.
This might be a little bit of a tangent, but I'm adopted and my mom couldn't give birth. So her sister got pregnant with me and asked my mom if she wanted to have this baby. And so she gave birth to me and gave me to my adopted mom. And I think that I am a miracle to be able to live.
Now she's a miracle. Well, aren't we all? Aren't we all? Aren't we all just jizzy little miracles? Aren't we all just dad's jizz of miracles and mom's uteri placenta feeding selves? You guys, but that was confusing, right? That was confusing. Like my mom couldn't get pregnant, so my aunt got pregnant with me for her, and then my mom asked if she could have me and adopt me. Huh? Yeah, I thought it was just her mom just. So maybe this is instinctually, allegedly in Rachel Raquel to kind of lie. Maybe it's a family thing. Maybe she doesn't even know. Yeah, we need a diagram. Robert, we need a diagram for this one. Venn diagram. We need some kind of diagram. We need a diagram and a diaphragm. Because this is, as Mimi from Big Brother says, the math isn't mathing.
To have this baby. And so she gave birth to me and gave me to my adopted mom.
Beautiful,
and
beautiful.
I think that I am a miracle.
Such a miracle.
To be able to live in this world, this planet we call Earth.
What?
And
does she have her strobe light thing on? Did she take mushrooms before this interview? Does she think this is a rave? Does she think she's at Coachella? Does she think she's talking to Tom Sandoval? We're not all as dumb as Tom Sandoval. Does she have that little star lamp thing on? Is she just staring up into the sky of darkness and abyss? I think we're all, it's Lala, but I think we're all a miracle. But I think I am a miracle to be like, not Lala. She's not a miracle because she was made in Utah. I've never been there, but if they make Lalas, I'm not going there. But we're all miracles, but mostly me, to just like be in the world and like exist. Do you ever think, Bethany, like right now, you're breathing and you don't even know it? Like, I am just doing that. Like, do you think Lala can breathe with those fake boobies on her? Probably not, because she's the Mistress Bimbo. But it's just like, do you ever just like stop? Sorry, I glitched out for a second. Hi, my name is Rachel. I'm 28 and I'm representing Malibu. This is my talent. I'm going to walk on the stage, put down a surfboard, and go, oh, that's a miracle that I could do that. Can Lala pretend to surf on the stage? Probably not. Probably not. She can't. She can't. I guarantee she can't because she's a Mistress Bimbo. So she can't. Can Lala raise a Labradoodle named Graham until he starts nipping at your mom because you never gave him proper training? And Ariana talks about that in the Call Her Daddy podcast. And then so you just give them up and you just drop them off and you say, I hope nobody finds out. And then they do find out. Can Lala do that? It's a miracle that I was alive to have sex with Tom Sandoval and to give up my beloved dog. Also, Bethany, have you tried Coors Light? It's a miracle that Tom and Tom like it. It tastes like piss. It does. I bet Lala would like it, but allegedly she's like an alcoholic now. Whatever. This woman cannot be for real.
I just can't accept those words.
Good. And, you know, I thought to myself, what must your parents think when they hear that? And like, you'll maybe one day have a daughter or a son, and like, what would they think when this?
Oh no!
You know, and I have a daughter, and I would have killed someone. Honestly, so I don't know you, and I don't know what happened. I know.
Sorry, Teddy. Sorry, hi, baby. Oh, I don't know. She sounds like is that how Dorothy on The Wizard of Oz? And she's like, oh no, Toto. No, that sounds more like Mickey Mouse. But like, oh my God. Oh, you mean you signed up for real? Bethany, what if your daughter hears you calling Luann a whore, an SLUT, a see you next Tuesday? You've been effed by everybody. You effed everybody. What if Ariana's kids have to see? Well, she's not going to, you know, well, you never know. I mean, she's, you know, Ariana, do whatever you want with your body. Who cares? Quit asking her if she's going to have babies as well. People on reality shows and interviewers. But what if Ariana's mom, she saw what happened to her. She saw what Rachel Raquel did to her. Are you going to cry for her? Ariana's mom, everyone that loves her, all her family and friends, they saw how poorly you treated your friend and how good she was to you. They saw that. I'm going to cry for them. I'm not going to cry because your mom watched you on a TV show do bad behavior and then people called you out on it. I'm not going to cry for that. Plus, you made a lot of money. You made pretty good money. I mean, you can tell me to go F myself with a cheese grater for $350K. You definitely can.
You're a person, and I know that I read somewhere that Andy said like that Tommy is a human being or something, but like, has anyone said that you're a human being?
No, I've been told that I'm.
Oh my God. I will say, Tom, they've definitely protected Tom. I agree with that 100%. 100%. Tom has been so protected and it's disgusting. Disgusting. There has been a difference the way Rachel and Tom have been treated. For sure. But again, go after the Tom for that. Go after them about that. Don't go after them because Ariana read her right after finding out that she betrayed her so badly.
Subhuman.
So why do you think Andy said
Get a Kleenex? Bethany, we are on air. Get a Kleenex. She could have, you know what? This isn't live. I get the sniffles because I have sinus issues and maybe Bethany does too. God bless. But this is edited. We did not need that. That was a big sniffy. Let's listen to it again just for fun.
Honestly, so I don't know you and I don't know what happened, but I know you're a person. And I know that I read somewhere that Andy said like about Tommy is a human being or something, but like, has anyone said that you're a human being?
No, I've been told that I'm subhuman.
So why do you think Andy said hold on?
Oh my God, I dropped my Kleenex right before this started. Bethany, please. You know what? Get the Kleenex sponsorship. I would. I bet you she does. That would be smart. I don't know you, but I read somewhere and I don't even know if it's true and I haven't fact checked it yet, but I am so sorry that people held you accountable for your actions and called you a couple names. What if your dead grandmother hears this? What if from above? Do you have a grandmother? Yeah, she's passed. What if Ariana's dead grandmother hears this? What if my dead grandmother hears this? What, my dog just heard it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Come back to someone. He's been a Bravo executive. He's in a superior role. He's a parent. He's been a producer.
Andy, she is coming for you. What did you do to her? She was your bestie, bro. Oh my God, she is coming for him. Did you hear about Andy Cohen?
No, I've been told that I'm subhuman.
So what?
Yes, that is what Ariana said as she was hurt at a reunion. No one else said that. Again with the snot.
Do you think Andy said, hold on, come back to someone? He's been a Bravo executive. He's in a superior role. He's a parent. He's been a producer. And he's 54 years old. He's like, he's a little older than I am.
Oh God. Oh my God. The reads are coming out of over here and over here and over here. He's old. He didn't protect you. He's older than I am. Oh my God. I gotta hear that again.
Why do you think Andy said, hold on, come back to someone? He's been a Bravo executive. He's in a superior role. He's a parent. He's been a producer. And he's 54 years old. He's like, he's a little older than I am, but like, I'm not saying you're a kid, but in this world with producers and a network and 11.5 million viewers, you're the employee. Who's the protector of the employee? Where's, you're going to go to
Rachel's like, I don't really know what you're saying, but it's not Lala. I know that. It's not Lala. Margaret, thank you so much for becoming a member.
Aaron say people called me subhuman piece of garbage. Like, where's...
If I did, I don't know. They'd be like, well, that's the nature of the beast.
And then it was said to you, you should leave and never come back. No one wants you. Bye. Ariana gets a tissue. And then sociopath, you have no more friends, you moron. So...
This is so stupid.
Did someone ask you to come back? Like on the reunion, did you walk away? Did someone ask you to come back?
Get a Kleenex.
Honestly, I can't even remember in that moment. I believe I walked away to get a sip of water because
producers definitely talk to you. Oh my God. Oh my God. Did they call you an idiot and a moron and tell you that you had bad behavior? I'm so sorry. 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 Oh my God, I should have rubbed in my concealer. I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. Sorry, I'm a mother, and you're a woman, and I'm a mother. And Andy's 54, he's old as fuck, and he should know better because he's older than me. And he used to be my friend. What did you do to her, Andy? What did you do?
When I get nervous, my mouth gets parched. And I kind of already knew that I would be emotionally abused by my cast members.
Emotionally abused? Girl. I don't even. Take me to a better place where Raquel logic doesn't exist. Take me to a better place with puppy dogs and ice cream and kitty cat kisses. Oh my God.
By going back and doing the reunion.
It was like your penance?
Yeah, it's like I have to own up to it, and I have to.
Isn't Bethany the generation that's like, hey, no participation trophies. There's always a winner and a loser. And now she's just like, no one should have to suffer for should have consequences of just, no. She actually, Ariana chased her around every day and was like, you're subhuman piece of shit.
Like, do I deserve this hate? Like, is this hate justified because what I have done is so horrendous?
Well, my therapist, I have a therapist called Dr. Matt Pulowitz. He's a really nice guy. He's very gentle.
Was he a sponsor of the podcast? Hi, guys. Do you feel emotionally unavailable? Do you feel emotionally distraught? So do I every day. I might be having a manic episode right now. I'm also ADHD. What's over there? Anyways, if you want to help yourself without actually helping yourself, hit up Dr. Blubblets, okay? And put in, not that I care about your mental health, but put in hashtag Joleen Lunzer 15 for $15 off this therapy.
Oh, he's very sweet. He's saved my life in a way that's about another story for another time. But I asked him to watch the reunion. I mean,
can't wait. Oh, you asked another person with no context to what was going on to watch this reunion? Awesome. What did he say?
Man who's a professional, and I said,
did he say it was okay to share this?
To him, will you watch this for me? And will you tell me what you think?
He's
a psychologist. He's obviously a therapist. And he said something interesting. He said, there's a difference between punishment and abuse. He said, punishment is you're banished from the friend group. No one will speak to you. So let's say a wife's husband cheats. Like, she won't speak to him for 6 months. He's sleeping in the doghouse. Maybe she doesn't want to get a divorce. Maybe divorce is a punishment. It's a punishment. Mm-hmm. He said, this was not a punishment from everybody. This was abuse, which was very interesting. And he said that the reunion, he said, have I ever witnessed an intervention or a situation where there's a group, like group therapy or like a reunion? He said, in this particular case, usually there's a goal, he said. In this particular case, he said, there was no goal for conflict resolution. Mm-hmm. It was just a beat down on a treadmill. He said it was a loop. It was just a constant beating that, was abusive. And I looked up, many studies say that.
Did she drop the mic at that moment? It sounded like she dropped something. I think it was too soon to have a conflict resolution because normally when you're reviewing these things, you've had some time to process it. That's when the reunion happens. It happens when the season's already airing. So you've had 7 months. I don't know. You've had quite a bit of time. So when you come back, it's like you have to revisit it. It's still hurtful, but it's not fresh. This was a different case. Okay. This is more nuanced. This is not the same as your average reunion because this was happening in the moment, in real time, like a reality show, not months later after being edited. This was something that happened after filming wrapped. This was new information. We normally don't get that at our reunions, and not to this level. So I think that any doctor or I'm a dummy with a journalism degree and a psychology minor and a creative writing minor. I used to write really shitty poetry. But if I can figure that out, you would think he could, that he would know that this isn't your everyday average reunion. And getting to any kind of resolution was going to be too soon because the hurt is so raw and so real and they're still bleeding out and they haven't even put enough pressure on the wound to stop it from bleeding. That's just my dumb thought.
Emotional abuse can be as difficult as physical abuse.
But now we're emotionally abusing, it's just like, what a slap in the face to people who actually experience that.
And I want to get into what then happened, the further abuse that you had online and what that was like after. But the definition of emotional abuse is a way to control by using emotions to embarrass, shame, frighten, criticize, blame, or manipulate another. And verbal aggression, intimidation, manipulation, and humiliation, which unfolds as a pattern of behavior over time that aims to
Was this a pattern of behavior? Is this a pattern of behavior? Was this a pattern? Or was that just like a one-off? Was that something that they were reacting to in the moment, being like Ariana in them? Does Ariana call her up every day to emotionally abuse her and tell her things? I don't think so. I think she's just doing Duracell campaigns and, all the campaigns that she's busy doing and making money and building a business and opening a restaurant and filming. So no, I don't think so. You just described it as a pattern of behavior. This was one day filming of a reunion where they were able to air their grievances. And yeah, Ariana's not going to like you, but it's not like she spends all her time online bullying you or abusing you. This is ridiculous. You just said it had to be a pattern of behavior. If anything, it was probably Tom Sandybutt, who has a pattern of behavior of gaslighting you, lying to you, telling you what you can and cannot say, pretending he can sing. Oh my God. This is just
another person's sense of identity, dignity, and self-worth.
Another long pause.
Do you feel like you've been emotionally abused?
Absolutely.
No.
In the moment, I felt like I deserved it. But after taking some time away and seeing things more objectively, absolutely, I was emotionally abused.
By who?
And did you feel protected?
Who? Ariana? Who is she saying emotionally abused her? Everyone on the show? Or Ariana, who was her friend, gave her all the love and support, and then you had sex with her life partner, and after she found out, she was contractually obligated to show up to reunion that you were to tell you how she felt, and she did. And now she's moved on. So how was that? Every reunion, people air their grievances. This is just different because it was happening in real time. So Ariana had less time to process. So she was more raw and real with her emotions and how she felt and not censored. But other than that, what did she follow her home? Did she call her every day? Did she still abuse? What?
Did at all by, why do you think, would you have expected a producer to maybe step in and stop, or the host, or Lisa, whose name is on the show? Like, would you have expected someone to be like, she's been beaten and let's stop this?
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think
Beaten? Jesus Christ. These people are cuckoo. What are they talking about? And clearly, they are really trying to push forth a narrative that just does not exist. This is embarrassing.
like a part of a reunion is to hear what people have to say about it. You got yourself into this.
And that's what you did. You heard what Ariana had to say about it. Ariana finally got to speak. You guys have been lying to her and gaslighting her and doing stuff, being so deceptive behind her back in her own home for months, possibly a year. Now Ariana got to speak on it, and that's what she thought. She thought, hey, have yourself as a cheese grater. Oh, you like Harry Potter? You're a dementor. That's how she felt.
Mess. Now you need to lay in this bed that you made for yourself. What do you have to say for yourself? Like when people do things that are out of character, it's only human nature to want to know why. And what do you have to say? Like, are you remorseful or are you just laughing? But that wasn't, there was no.
You got to answer questions. You got to say, what are you talking about? You got to speak.
Opportunity for me to even speak and share what I was going through and why I found Tom to be this person that I connected to.
That's because you were lying for him. That's, again, Tom Sandoval's fault and your fault for doing what he said. So, again, this is a Tom Sandoval issue. The only reason you didn't get to speak and tell your whole truth is because you were lying for Tom Sandoval, and he told you to lie for him, and he scared you, and you were alienated from the entire cast for the decisions you made to cheat with Tom Sandoval, and he likes it that way because then you have less of a likelihood to talk. It's just classic behavior from a dude like this who's trying to not get the truth out. He wants to hide it. So again, it's Tom Sandoval. It's not production. It's not Ariana. It's not Sheena, who allegedly punched you in the face and left you with a permanent scar on your permanent record. It's Tom Sandoval. That's why you didn't get to talk. So you should say Tom Sandoval was manipulating me or telling me this or that. I felt like he was gaslighting me or lying to me or whatever. And that's why you didn't get to talk. You could have easily said, this has been going on this long. Here's why. Here's why I was attracted to Tom. He said this and that about me. Here's what's going on. Here's how long it's been going on. Now he's telling me I can't talk about how long it's been going on. And I'm afraid to talk about how long it's going on because I have no one left after this behavior. And so Tom's really my only life source right now. He's like my life vest. And if I let go of him, I feel like I'm going to drown. And people would look at Tom like, Tom, are you really telling her that she can't be honest? Are you trying to get her to lie for you, Tom? They would have ate him up. They ate him up already, but they would eat him up even more.
In an emotional way that I didn't connect to anybody else. And what needs
and why you connected with him on an emotional connection that you didn't connect with anyone else is your own therapy to do. It has nothing to do with them. They didn't do anything wrong that you felt you didn't connect with them when they did everything they could to try to connect with you. So the reason you didn't feel connected with is all on you. And that's personal work you have to do on your own, that you chose this mustachio of a loser to put all your trust in and be like, oh, he's treating me the best. That you are mistaking friendship and kindness for a guy that's just trying to F you. That's your own work to do. That's not on them to do.
We're being met in this relationship. And why did I compromise my values when everyone that has seen me since season 5?
That's your work to do.
To season 10 has seen this girl that's reserved shy, naive,
Yeah, we thought you were naive. Yeah.
but very sweet. And season 10 was so out of character for me. It just viewing that alone, it would make me want to know why. What is going on internally with this girl to be involved in this situation?
Oh my goodness.
But that was not.
That's for you and your therapist to talk about. That's for you to figure out. Have your parents pay for more therapy. We all need it. I love therapy. I don't understand. Really, really, really. This is just, again, this is a lot. It's all over the place. I'm going to blame over here. I'm going to blame over there, except for blaming me and Tom. It's you and Tom. You're the problem. It's you. You and Tom. You're both the problem together. Problems. What? I mean, let me know what you guys think in the chat. We are over 2 hours. I don't want to keep you guys any longer. Thank you for sticking with me. Make sure you smash that like. I'm going to come back tomorrow with part 3, but I need to rest and take care of my new puppy and talk about some Big Brother stuff and go live tonight with Nana, my mom, for Night Pants with Nana. That was a crazy wild ride. I'm sorry that I couldn't get to all of your comments, but please sound off after the video posts in the comment section, because I love going back and reading all your comments. Also, share my video out if you don't mind. Share it on your social media or with friends who love Vanderpump Rules. Some of you had shared it, me in your Vanderpump Reddit groups, and I so appreciate that because I love the Vanderpump Reddit groups. They're so fun and insightful, and I love going in there and reading it and geeking out with other Bravo fans. So thank you to those of you who have shared my content. Thank you to those of you for the super chats. Thank you to everyone who subscribed. Shout out to my mods. You guys take care of yourselves. Don't let someone blame you and victimize themselves when clearly they just don't know how to own their own bad behavior. All right. Happy Friday, you guys. I'll be back very soon to talk more Vanderpump Rules. Bye.